Keenan used to be the first thing I think about.
Damn.
When I wake up at that moment, like at that period, the first thing I think about used to be Keenan after I open my eyes. Before I thought about my girlfriend. What? I was like, what did he do? What is he doing now? I gotta get back. It was crazy, man. Like that song really, it messed me up. It messed me up. And it also like messed up a lot of relationships for me because I was mad at everybody. I was mad at the guy who dropped it. Milkshake dropped the song. He released the song. I was like, I gave you your biggest song, motherfucker. I gave him my own.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after my own, he dropped, like I was mad at everybody, bro. I was mad at Anati for producing the song. I was mad at the guy who shot the video.
The stylist.
I was mad at the bitches dance.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the L-TIDO Podcast. Today we got an amazing show, but before we get to the show, you know how I do. I gotta break down the drip. I mean, you see the kicks. You know, it's not just regular Air Force Ones. These are supreme Air Force Ones, courtesy of Backdoor. I mean, you see the pants. Come on, stop playing. You know, Alpha Industries. Stop playing. You see, this is a two-piece. You see that jacket? Alpha Industries. You see the cap? Supreme. Shout out to Backdoor. That's how we do it. L-TIDO Podcast. Shout out to our main sponsor, CREP, for keeping us fresh all the time. Because that's how we do. Cassper Nyovest just stepped in the building. So, man, without further ado, let's get into it, baby. Yes, sir.
This is what we're here for. It's the L-TIDO Podcast.
Joe. Which are we
Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the L-TIDO Podcast. And today, oh my God, we got a big episode, a real special one. The man on my left has been in the game for, a decade and some change. He's done really impactful things in the industry. I mean, he's a man of a few words. No, actually, let me change it. He's not a man of a few words. He's a man of a lot of words. And trust me, we're going to chop it up and have a great one with him. So without further ado, let's introduce Mr. I even called him Mr. Look at the respect. Cassper Nyovest is in the building. Let's go.
I'm shocked by your intro.
Why?
Because like you never show me that much respect. Usually you would have been like, well, what's up, nigga? Like,
I mean, I'm a professional.
He said big. I was like, I was wondering what big is mean to say. Big star. Big. He said big episode. He says that's as much as I'll give you. Big episode. Not big artist. Big episode.
Are you saying I don't show you love?
And you do.
Yeah, I show you.
But you
love.
always tell me I'm so vain. So I'm looking at the name of your podcast. Like, who would call his podcast L-TIDO Podcast?
Can I tell you how the name was actually created?
How?
So I was doing this other podcast before this one, right?
Yeah.
And then it got banned. And then, we just dropped one episode, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, man, I need
Was
to...
that the OnlyFans one?
You really need to get there.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I didn't mention no names.
Oh,
okay. And
sorry.
then, who's this? KO. KO hit me up and I was like, yo, bro, just call your thing L-TIDO Podcast. So I got to thank KO for that one, for labeling it the L-TIDO Podcast.
I'll let it slide.
Is that okay with you?
It's okay.
Actually, you've been coming at me. The very first time I met you, do you remember when was that?
No. Was it here?
He said too many pillatos. So
It was probably here.
Nah, it wasn't. Very first time I met you
Was it Pop Bottles?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you told me your name was Tato, and I was like... Why don't you rap in Swana? I was like, Tato! Yeah, if it was rapping in Swana, I don't get a Tito, at least gang din song. I remember that. What's the first time I met
That's
you?
the very first time I met you.
Yeah,
and
but
I was like,
remember.
who is this little nigga coming up to me, telling me like, yo, you need to be rapping in Tswana or whatever. And I was like, but from that first day where we met, I could see like the hunger in your eyes and the passion. Because at that time, I don't think you had music out at that time. You were rolling with Double HP at that time. I think maybe you had like one song out.
I don't think I had hits, but like I had music out.
Yeah, but yeah, you had like maybe music
Yeah.
bubbling in the streets.
Yeah.
And then when we met at that first time, like I said, you were. I could tell the hunger and the passion in your eyes because after that, us meeting and after you telling me, "Yo, you should rap in Tswana,"
Yeah.
we actually did a record, right?
Yeah.
It was called Julius Malema.
Yeah.
That was like one of your. That was like, do you know? I've never done a song with an artist that was probably unknown or big at that time.
Yeah.
I've never done a record with an artist of that magnitude at that time. But with you, the difference is I could always see the ambition in your eyes. I could literally tell like this guy's gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I think you've always had that. You've always had that like, nah. It's like before you even blow up, you can tell like, nah, this guy's gonna make it.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt comfortable to say, all right, cool. Let's hop on the record. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for fucking with me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it. I've always believed in myself.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, like I tell people that I was more confident before I blew up than, after.
For real?
Yeah. Like I would never second judge myself. I always thought I was the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like success and just being, learning the game kind of makes you calculate too much.
Very true.
Yeah.
I always say that. When you're a young artist, that's why with artists, maybe their first album or their first two albums are usually their best in their catalog. Because at that
The
time,
second album is
not overthinking
is
things.
mostly the worst.
Oh yeah, but the first
is
definitely the best because
yeah.
they're not overthinking things. Whatever they think in their head, they do it. You know what I'm saying? Off instinct.
Yeah.
Now you have to think, I have this certain demographic
and
that
brands.
I'm feeding to and brands. So the music has to be calculated a certain way.
Like right now, I wanted to make an example and I actually thought of Sprite. And I was like, nah, don't say that.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I can't say it, man. I was going to say like when you're young and you're new and you're like fearless, you could say things like in your song, you could say, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Okay,
it's like, because you have no one to kind of like answer to.
Yeah.
And then once you have fans and you start working with brands and you have to think now, like, does that represent me? How does that look on like a certain brand and stuff like that? So like when you young and new, bro, everything sounds good. You trust yourself, but also you spend so much time in the studio. Because you have nothing else to do.
So like maybe being more seasoned takes away the rawness in the real music, I guess. Before we get to all of that, I want to start in the beginning. Like I like you don't do podcasts much. So for me, why actually? Why don't you?
I don't really
podcasts?
like doing interviews.
For real.
Yeah.
I think why interviews are important because whether you see it or not, you're an inspiration to a lot of people out there. And sometimes they need to listen to your story to be motivated about certain things. You coming from Mafikeng, there's a lot of kids out there, Mafikeng, not knowing if they could make it based on where they live, where they're from. You know, it takes certain individuals on interviews to give them a little bit of light and inspiration. That's why I feel like the interviews are important. So you can just give them a little bit of light.
Yeah, I agree. I also remember like when I was coming up, interviews were one of the things I used to watch the most.
Me too.
I would spend like hours and hours just going through 50 Cent's interviews, Jay-Z, J. Cole, DJ's Boo. I don't remember going through much. I don't think Jabba used to do a lot of interviews. But like I think those were like my top 4 go-to guys. DJ's Boo, 50, Jay-Z, Kanye, and who else did I mention? 50. Yeah.
And you learned, right?
I did a lot.
Exactly.
A
so
lot.
the kids here in South Africa also need an inspiration.
Yeah. So
that's
when
why
it's time
this is-
to do the
that's
interviews,
why this is
I'm
important.
out.
Yeah.
I'm here, bro.
I'm just
And this is
telling
the
you
first
important.
one. that I've done. I haven't done an interview in so long, except when I was doing the SPRITE stuff. But
Yeah.
like, this is the first like Cassper Nyovest interview or podcast that I do in probably like 2 years.
All right, I think let's clap it up. It's the first.
Yeah. It's the L-TIDO Podcast.
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
scared though, because like he knows so much. Like, hey, Dimana Sampoza Mawaza. Like, so Tatsilele, Ofelete guy.
Oh yeah, it's funny because I actually bumped into you. We've been partying like
Yeah.
I partied with you like recently,
Yeah.
like twice. or so.
Twice.
Yeah, like that's actually
The
and I
other
hadn't
night
seen you
was
in a long
wild.
time. The other night
Yeah.
was wild.
Yeah, it was a bit wild.
Nyovest is like a party animal for people that don't know. He's like a real party
Dog, you know my brand is Joe. I don't like that brand.
like what the party animal brand.
Yeah, like on my way here, I was on the phone with one of my friends, and he said, "My girlfriend doesn't like me chilling with you." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Nah, you like that uncle in the family that like." Yeah, so now I'm the party animal, and then there's a word they use there that I can't use here, but like, yeah, man, my brand's kind of wild, but you know, that's who I am. I've always loved partying, so I don't know if I've ever told this story before, but I used to like get worried by me going out all the time
Mhm.
and say, you know, maybe I'm saturating my brand
Mhm.
by like being seen all the time, and then I was in a party one time with DJ Waras.
Mhm.
And I was like, man, you know, like I'm starting to think I should blow me at home. People mustn't see me all the time. It's like, as long as you make sure that the party's hot when you're around, like you'll never die. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So when I'm around, I must make sure people have shots. Or, you know, I must just make sure
Okay.
there's a good time.
I like that.
Yeah,
And I like that. That's
I'm
facts.
that guy. So yeah, man. If
Yeah.
you're trying to party, yo, come party with me.
Okay, Mr. Party.
Not everyone though. You're like, hey, dog, it's so fucking bad too. And your first good guy. Anton.
Okay, like I said, I wanna like the main reason why I actually did bring you on this podcast
Yeah.
is to give the kids inspiration. Honestly,
Thank you.
so I mean, let's start at the beginning, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
some people might not know might know the story, some might not know the story.
Uh-huh.
You're obviously from Mafikeng. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
What made you try to pursue a music career?
It's either your friend was a dancer or a rapper or he sang.
Oh, you
or
were
a
a
producer.
dancer.
Yeah, I was a dancer too. Before I was a rapper, I was a dancer. I love that used to be a diss. Like I never used to like admitting that. But yeah, I used to dance. I was actually popular in my hood through dance. Like people always
I'm
knew
not
if I was
surprised,
around. Yeah. Niki Bula di Sekele, like,
For real?
swembu. Yeah.
The guys at Open Circles never got girls though.
I used to. Yo, let me tell you something. I was that guy.
Nah,
Bro,
nah.
I'm chilled now. Trust me.
Nah, I don't
Joe,
trust
back in the day, Joe, ask anyone in my hood, bro. I used to bag all the baddest girls.
Maybe when you became Cassper Nyovest.
No, when I was
But-
refiller polo.
When you were opening circles.
I'm telling you, ha ke kena mole banane ba tla so musekele mi bra. Ke phumula mfufutso ke fetsa ntwaka. I'm telling you.
That's cap.
I'm telling
Nah,
you.
I don't
It
believe
was,
that.
but the thing is also, you must remember, dance was a cool thing at that point. Remember, there was You Got Served.
Mhm.
It was a cool thing.
Oh, so you were pop locking.
I was pop locking too.
For real.
Yeah.
No shots at Makasad.
No, both. I get hip hop mo baning. I want to say tsa mapantula tsa una bana ka. Ke ra re ke late ya hip hop ka mo ra sokola. Ka ke mauti a ka mfana ka. Ah mfana wa chaiva. Ka mo hip hop ka mo obviously. Wabona? Yes, I used to do both.
I wish you could hit us with a little temperature.
Nah, I'm 32 now. I'm heavy. I'm a dad, bro. Like I
Okay.
always see these dances.
Okay.
Like I was like, yo, hey, I don't think I can do that one.
Okay, then how did the transition
When I
happen?
went Joey, but hi Chase, hi Chase, ke tlo robeha mo. Ai guys is fun,
Jeez.
Hi Chase, you guys. Well, the transition happened when my boy Jude came back
Yeah,
to
I
SA
know
from
Jude.
Australia,
Mhm.
and then atla go kasi I can ask Corona. Every time he was sent to the classroom, the girls used to scream.
What?
Yeah, like, because he was like this guy from Australia with the accent, sagging his pants.
Okay.
So he used to get in the classroom, and as soon as he gets in the classroom, he's like, whoa, whoa! Ke re le kgoang lona, massive. So I was like, yo, I need to like schema this guy. If you can't beat them, join them. So just give me like Judy. I don't put the king. This thing I don't want to get hip hop, dog. It's panasol, so or a rhyme. Okay. I had a cat set on the mat and okay, near fed. That's how I started, rapping.
So kids, look at the inspiration. The guy started rapping to get girls. So like, for real.
That was the truth.
That's crazy.
I've always, like before that, I always loved like poetry and stuff like that, like romance. Let me not even say poetry.
Yeah,
I love
sure.
romance.
Yeah.
Like I was a lover, Can you get the PS? Little sweet singer, 20 cents, send the message. And I get a blind, they got sweet sister. Kiss about pariga the sweets. I'm telling you. And then I started writing poetry and love songs through just wanting to be as cool as Jude. And then I took a liking to it. I started, and everything I do, I obsess over it. So then I was like the guy in the group who wanted everyone to go record. I would pay for the studio and say, come, let's go record. The Bruce didn't want to record. And then I just fell in love with it and I stayed in there. Everybody else quit.
Okay, that's dope. So I actually remember the conversation that we had around the time when you were still with WHP.
Yeah.
I think Nobatlo Tropa, like, I don't know whether it was Kusheshe or it was Dog Shebeleza, but WHP at that time didn't understand the music.
Yeah.
And you were telling me like, yo, your frustration with him, not actually understanding your thing. But it's just like always, the young guys always had that mindset to see what's the next thing, transitioning.
Yeah.
But he was obviously comfortable with his sound.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He used to actually call like my music duo. Like it was like, I was so because it was just. It was different, like the Motswako sound then was like more kwaito, more jazzy. And I did a lot of trap music.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yo, I'm gonna try, find your first video and then you're gonna have to figure it out after that. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so WHP is a legend. What does a guy like Cassper Nyovest learn from being around WHP before he literally goes off on his own and does his own thing?
I always used to say I learned what I could have learned in 10 years. I learned in the 2 years I was with WHP. Like, the reason why I was unfuckable with is because...
That's a word, right?
That's a word.
Okay, yeah.
It's because I was right next to the best. That's the greatest.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's the most commercially appealing... Yeah. Like, he was, nobody did the brands like him. Nobody appealed to even like, or crossed over to white people like him. Like he did the Strictly Come Dancing and he changed his brand. Like he had a Mary in his music video. Like he did all like the
he
first.
Was sponsored by Status.
Yeah, he was, you know what I mean? So I was right next to him. He had a talk show.
On TV.
Yeah. So like I was right next to this guy doing all of this. So I was like, sponging game. I was right next to like the most famous rap in the country. Like you go anywhere and from Afrikaans mommies, they want to take pictures with him to kids. And, I used to see how he would treat fans. I used to see how he would behave when he was irritated. I used to see how he would structure deals. So I learned all of that by just being next to him, I remember one lesson I was performing with him in the hood in Mufftown and I had shades on and this guy literally grabbed my shades and threw them into the crowd. And I'm standing there like, man, this motherfucker's hating on me because I'm fly as shit, man. I'm taking over, motherfucker. So I'm like pissed off, like, nah, man, do you mind? And then we got off stage, like, don't ever, ever, ever do that in the hood. These are your people. You grew up with these people. You know what I mean?
Damn.
There's your aunts. You come here wearing shades. Who the fuck do you think you are? And I mean, I was crushed a bit, but like, it was a lesson, like, for me to learn, like, a little bit about humility and when to turn on and off, the stardom and stuff like that. So I learned so much just by being next to WHP, And also, like, I think a great part of my ambition was also unlocked by being next to him. This guy did a record with Nas, man. Like, when it was, like, impossible to do a song with, like, an American A-lister at that time. So he opened my mind. He used to say, man, why don't you do a song with Bow Wow? I'm like, I mean, firstly, I don't have the money, but where do I start? So, yeah, man, like being with Jab, I was like going to school for the industry and stuff.
It's crazy. Like you explaining like the things that you learn from WHP, it's like I actually get to see like you were like the second coming, like in so many things, that I'm seeing. Obviously WHP,
Even the Dome, he
Like-
said I should do it.
for real.
Yeah, and that time I didn't even have one hit to my name.
I
I was
want-
like, yo, man, you got to do the Dome. You're the only one who can perform 2 hours, the catalog. And he was like, nah, that's not my thing. That's your thing. You need to do the
okay,
Dome.
let's talk about,
In fact, you doing the Dome. And then that's how it was like planted.
okay, I don't want to get to that dome, but
Yeah.
but let's go there since we are here
Okay,
already.
Yeah,
You had one album at that time. right?
yeah, one.
What gave you the guts to say, yeah, me, Cassper Nyovest, I'm gonna go? First of all, just to give people references, the Dome is a spot that only American artists headline, right?
Hmm.
No other South African artists ever headline the Dome.
Yeah,
You, a person with one album, not a legend yet,
yeah.
you have the guts and ambition to say, you know what, I'm gonna take that on. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go out there and perform at the Dome.
Yeah.
What gave you it's guts and the bravery to actually make that move?
Yeah.
What gave you that?
I mean, my foundation, firstly, like me and my friends, there's a guy called TP in Mufftown and a guy called Green Fingers. They actually produced one of the records on the album.
Green Fingers.
Yeah. They produced one of the records on the new album. We'd made this song. This song was made a long time ago.
Mhm.
And it ended up on this album finally just because now it made sense. I changed the raps. But what we used to do is TP was the guy who started this, but like basically used to take information, demographics, infrastructure, economy, behavior, and we used to put these charts in the studio and say, there's 45 million people in South Africa, 30 million of them are black.
Wow.
This is the music they listen to. This is the music they buy. There's so many people who can actually afford to buy music. It was like 1 million people who was buying music at that time, I think. And only 80,000 listened to hip hop and only 40,000 would buy it. So
That's
I remember, so we
crazy.
used to like put things down and
Wow.
plan.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So fast forward, this when I was like 14, 15. Fast forward, I walk into the Sony offices
Yeah.
and I see a plaque for Beyonce. I think it was 40,000 albums sold. And I had just sold 100,000 with my first album. So I looked at it, I was like, yo, I sell more than Beyonce in South Africa.
Mm.
So if Beyonce can play a stadium in South, that means I can play the stadium in South
Yo,
Africa.
but Beyonce, the Beehive.
No,
So,
I'm
yeah.
a big Beyonce fan. I'm just telling you the story of what
Yeah,
happened.
okay,
Yeah. So that's how that's how I took the decision.
Mhm.
I was like, if I sell more than Beyonce, at that time I was, I don't know about now, maybe it's bad. I was like, man, that means I'm as famous and as popular as Beyonce in my country. That means I can do it. That's where it kind of started. And then I tweeted that I would do the Dome if I had 20,000 people like my picture. So we only got to 12,000, by the way. But I was like, 12,000 is not bad. Let's do it. 12,000. And then we went to the Dome, me and my manager. That's when it hit me that actually this dream is too big. When I actually got there and I saw the venue empty. Like, it's huge, bro. It's so huge. I almost chickened out. So we got into the office. They tell us, it was like 900,000 to book the venue. But like with all the securities and what, it come up to like 2 million. I'm stressed by the amount at that time also. So I walk out, I say to Chilazo, if we share the curtains and we share 5,000, they want to know. Chili's like, no, boys, you said 20,000, we're going the whole way. So that's how it kind of came about, in the beginning. I didn't really have the guts. I was just dreaming, but the data kind of showed that it was possible. At that time, I was hot. I was the guy. It was exciting. And the other thing is, even if I failed, I'd still be a legend. I'd be the first one to attempt it. No one would have done it before me. So I was cool with that. I was actually fine with failing. and saying, but I tried it, you know? So that's how it came about.
Do you think that changed the game in its
Completely.
entirety? How?
Look at all the one-man shows now. Like, what does a venue mean in South Africa anymore? When Java fills up Sun Arena, does it mean anything? It doesn't mean anything anymore. It's normal. You're a big artist. You're supposed to. You know what I mean? When I did it, it was history. It was on the news. It was front page. You know what I mean? Like it years later, there was that conversation about Kanye stealing the stage and what. And it was compared to my stage. So it changed everything completely. Like it gave people the power, the confidence, and I'm very happy about that because that's what I actually wanted it to be. I didn't want to play the Dome once. I actually wanted to go back now, but now it was bought by another company. But I wanted it to get to a point where you can see a South African artist performing at the Dome every month. That's where it's supposed to go. That's how I think we could create sustainable careers where you don't have to have a new song. You could actually just go perform your old catalog at the Dome or Sun Arena, or, you know, that's where the game needs to go. I mean, Asha is at Las Vegas. When was the last time he had a hit? But people travel the world to go watch Asha at Las Vegas.
He's out there fucking up people's relationships.
And shit.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I can fuck up people's relationships right now, you know, until I have another hit. But I'm saying America has such a great culture of preserving their art and their catalog. So that's the Dome was all about that. Like getting to a point where I don't have to go perform at Devon July every year, you know, which I didn't go this year.
So you signed Nadia, Gemini?
Gemini was Jude.
Tseho?
Tseho was kind of my idea.
Those were like the three artists on the family tree, right? Obviously, they're no longer with the label. We always hear from artists why they left the label, but we never hear from the boss, like the type of things that could go wrong in the record label. Because a lot of people maybe don't understand these certain things that happen. They only get it from a perspective of the artist. So maybe could you enlighten us, like what could go wrong?
When you start working with an artist, like from the inception of maybe trying to make an album or in the beginning of their career, you find the artist hungry, frustrated, poor, or broke. And all they have is this music, right? And as a record label, people don't understand the investment from day one. Like the day we meet and say, Uzed, what are you doing? Come to the studio and you buy food, alcohol for a brew. You take them on, you know, your tour, and it's an extra room that the promoter is not gonna pay. It's the food again. You know what I mean? It's the little music videos at that time. It's the photo shoots. It's like small things that people might not see. But when you calculate all of that, it amounts to a lot of money.
Facts.
Right? So slowly this person goes from not really having anything to making 2,000, 4,000. Now they can do certain things by themselves. The confidence grows. You know, then they get a hit. Now they got balls to talk. Now they can demand things. You know what I mean? And then the conflict kind of starts there, where now the artist wants the same attention you give yourself, you know, as the cash cows. Like in Family Tree, Cassper is the cash cow. So we want to be Cassper Nyovest as well. You know, I'm not fine with just being whoever I am. I wanna be like you. I wanna shoot a music video with your budget. You know what I mean? And it becomes tricky. And then there's like people from outside who come and get in their ears like, you'd be better on your own. This guy doesn't take you serious, you know. And it happens to all the record labels in SA hip hop. So I think that's kind of what happened. And they started getting better offers elsewhere. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to counter anything. If someone feels like they could invest in your career better than we are because maybe we don't have the cash injection that they have, it's cool. I remember Gemini when he left for F2D. At that time, I think the offer was crazy. There was like cars, cribs, and shit.
Tony. Yeah.
It was, and they were like, yo, I mean, these guys are gonna get me a V-Class. I was like, Mfana, when I forget about the V-Class from me, just forget about it. If you think this is gonna work for you, peace, do your thing. And that's how he left. Tsecho wanted more of a structure, you know, like a universal. And that's how he left. But they were all frustrated by, you know, how we ran things. We were not doing the best that we could in their eyes. And I was like, all right, cool, you could go do your thing. And Nadia was always doing her own thing, actually. So even when she left the label, I don't think it wasn't a drastic change for her. That's why she's still doing so well, you know, because she was doing her thing, you know, from the beginning. So that's what kind of happened. Everyone grew and they wanted, you know, they had their own demands. We couldn't meet the demands, and yeah.
And then how's the relationship with the people that's left the label? Are you guys still in that
Me and
good space?
Nadia are cool. Me and Nadia are cool, which is funny because when she left and dated my enemy at that point. So I thought like our relationship was like done, you know? It's funny, like we actually, out of everyone that we've signed and worked with, I'm actually cool with her and we speak all the time.
You guys were still speaking when Keenan was around?
Not really, because I mean, it was a respect thing, you know? But we used to talk if we meet or something like that, or if there was an issue, you know, that we have to talk about. But we never really used to speak then. But now we pretty much like as close as we used to be.
Oh, that's dope.
You know? I don't know where Gemini is. Like
He's around. He was in LA for like 6 months. He's back. Shout out, Gem. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. But he's got a record on the album. So we pretty much didn't have a relationship, but he sent me a batch of beats, and this one beat was just undeniable. I was like, man, I'm mad at this guy, but man, his beat is hot. So he's on the album, and Tsecho, I haven't seen him that much as well. But I mean, I would say we're grown and there's no issue anymore. But like, we don't really have a relationship. Yeah.
Okay. People have seen you have like a lot of like, I guess for lack of a better word,
Beef.
fallout, beef with a lot of people in the industry.
Yes.
Obviously people don't know.
Antwela masip. Kuyadlala. Antwela masip. And I can say masip. I'm joking, man. I'm just a passionate human, yeah.
I mean, we can address a couple of ones. Maybe you can give us a perspective. Because a lot of people
okay.
They maybe
you got names?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
I can say on top of my head.
Cool.
I mean, you had a fallout with let's start with Prince KB.
Prince KB is just a fucking man, like I don't even want that's a boring one. He's an idiot. So whatever. And then we were supposed to go fight. I'm waiting for him to grow some balls so we could go fight. But I think it's dead. It doesn't even matter. But he's actually such a big fan. That's what he is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a big fan. I don't know what I did. Maybe one day I didn't greet him properly. And then he got angry. I don't know. You know how fans be, man. But I'm just saying, you know how fans be. Yeah, so he's just a fan. That's all. There's nothing to it. He's just an angry fan.
All right, cool. Let's move on. Then you had obviously a fallout with Malum Cool Cat.
That one, I don't know what happened. We just kind of drifted. I don't think there was even an issue because I don't remember a time where I didn't greet him or he didn't greet me. It was just, I don't know what happened. We just stopped talking or, you know. Malum is also just like a particular guy, man. He just be on his own thing. So, yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. But recently we reconnected. We was in a studio together.
That's dope.
And we spoke about making more music together and just growing up. We had a great chat about being fathers, which is dope. We're just laughing at how it alters your life, you know?
Thanks.
So, yeah, that's solved. We cool.
All right. Who else? Anati? You had a follow with Anati?
I think Anati's when he did the Sexy Chubby. I mean, he did the EP.
Wait. So he took your name, Sexy Chubby, and you got mad. Like,
Nah, that's not what happened.
who was the
That
first?
was my name.
Wait,
I'm the
who was the
first
first
person
Sexy
to-
Chubby? Because
I'm the first Sexy Chubby. I'm the first, yo. Period. I'm the original Sexy Chubby.
Wait. Anati said it on a song on Sexy Chubby nigga.
On Jump. You heard it from
he
me.
said it before.
He
Even
said it
on,
on Jump.
no,
It starts.
he said it on You Can't Fit in Balmain. What was the song again? What's the name of the song again?
No,
With
man.
him and Keenan. The
Saga
saga,
came after Jump.
So he heard you say Sexy Chubby and he
Yeah.
took the branding.
And then it was our thing. Like,
Oh,
said it first, it was my thing.
Mhm.
And then obviously, because we're big boys, Rajuta, another Sexy Chubby. It's like, nah, we just fat, man. Let's go to the gym. Let's just go to the gym, man. Stop lying to each other. This was before, like, being chubby was sexy. Like, I see, like,
is it sexy
women
now?
women now, like, yo, you thought them as heaven cover. Like, the same thing. It was, you see, she's snapping her fingers. Like,
real?
I'm telling women, like big boys now. It's crazy.
Oh, for real? What?
But that time, it wasn't like that. I was just, like, trying to create this whole thing. Like, yo, big boys need love, too, man. So he went, and we were supposed to do an EP called Sexy Chubby Niggas.
For real?
Yeah, and then he went and did the album with Keenan.
Damn.
So, like, I was mad at that. And he produced Composure.
No, he didn't.
He did the original
Yeah,
beat.
Keenan just took it from him.
Yeah, but he did the original beat. Meaning that he had the chowing the boo. He's not stopping. Could have stopped him, man. Damn, man.
Okay,
That song gave me sleepless nights. bro.
Over. I mean, since we there on Composure, that's
That was
another guy.
horrible.
That's another guy. You obviously had some differences.
I think
with.
that's the only real beef I've ever had. Everybody
For
else
real.
is just like stupid, like miscommunications and you know, things that could be fixed.
Mhm.
But the Keenan thing was, it was bad. Like,
So you saying Composure gave you sleepless nights, for real?
man, bro, because I was thinking, man,
Mhm.
while I'm listening to the record, like, I'm like, what does this nigga know? It's like, sounds like this nigga might know more than
Mhm.
what I think he knows.
Mhm.
I used to wake up at that time. I almost said some girl's name. Like, apparently, when you break up with someone, you must never mention them.
For real.
Yeah, they're like, yo, you a sucker if you like mention an old relationship in an interview. But anyway,
Mhm.
Keenan used to be the first thing I think about
Damn.
when I wake up at that moment, like at that period. The first thing I think about used to be Keenan after I open my eyes. Before I thought about my girlfriend. What? I was like, what did he do? What is he doing now? I gotta get back. It was crazy, man. Like, that song really, it messed me up.
Mhm.
It messed me up. And it also, like, messed up a lot of relationships for me because I was mad at everybody.
Mm.
I was mad at the guy who dropped it. Milkshake dropped the song. He released the song. I was like, I gave you your biggest song, motherfucker. I gave him my own.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then after my own, he dropped. Like, I was mad at everybody, bro. I was mad at Anati for producing the song. I was mad at the guy who shot the video.
The stylist.
I was mad at the bitches dancing. I was mad at the fucking DJs playing the song in the club. I was like, dog, I'm in the club, dog. I'm in the fucking club,
I
bro.
always wondered. When you
I was
get
like,
up-
dog, there's 40,000 songs you can play. You just decided, boom, 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 boom. I was like, damn. I need to start enjoying this song or something. I used to like that part that it's like, I used to lie, I won't lie, like, that part was so catchy. I was like, yeah. It's like, yo, that part is hard. I can't even hold you. Even Super Unlocked, that shit was like, it was so hard. But I used to be conflicted all the time. I was like, yo, this shit is kind of nice, though. But this nigga's tearing me apart, man. That's why my reply was so angry. Like, that's the one thing I regret. I think I shouldn't have been that angry. But yeah, that shit, yo, that song fucked me up.
And it still plays in the club now. For years. Like, Composure never left the club. Like, 8 years.
I don't think
deep.
it ever will.
Yeah.
I wonder if it even plays if I'm not around, because when I'm around, they definitely
No, it does.
play.
Trust me. It does.
No, they definitely play when I'm around.
You hardly go to a club and you don't hear that song.
Fuck, man. It's like, they play it all the time when I'm in the club. And I was like, and I'll be, you know what they do? They play like a few songs by Keenan that are dope, that I like. I'm like jamming to like One Girl, Not Enough. I'm like, shit, this shit's dope. Then boom, boom. I'm like, dog. Did you really have to? But that was the one time I was really like beefing with someone and I really didn't like him, and it was like almost just like beyond repairs. Like I really thought the only way to fix it would be for us to get in the ring and fight. You know?
When I get there, I need to give you your props. Because not a lot of people are going to survive Composure.
Yeah.
You know, like to speak about it, if someone, that's like a ending your career type of song. You know what I'm saying? And you went and did big things regardless of that song coming out.
Yeah.
But just to give reference, because I was like friends with you and Keaton at the same time, you know? I remember speaking to him. He forgot why you guys were even beefing to begin with.
Yeah.
Like you guys have actually had, you remember?
I remember.
Okay, what was the problem?
I had forgotten myself, by the way, but someone reminded me. Fuck, I'll tell it on this. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell it on the L-TIDO podcast.
Yes, sir.
So the real beef started because of a song. It was because of Kusheshe. I made the song and I wanted Malum Cool Cat on it. And then Cool Cat, there's two stories, but this happened before. Then Cool Cat got on the song and then he loved it so much, he's like, let me put on a third verse. And I was like, nah, like, this song is perfect. And he came there like 3 days back to back. Like, no, I need to put my verse on this song. And I feel like he kind of felt like I was saying, yo, I don't need you, you know? Because I also said, like, I wouldn't want you to be on my first hit. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then from there, it got a bit sour. And I was like, let me make another song for you. We have 3 songs together, me and Keenan.
You told me.
Yeah, and I was trying to make like another Gusheshe for him for his project. We recorded the songs, but he never used any of them. And then one time we were in the studio at Georgia Vacan studio. They were making that we know, we living on the edge, that song.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be on that song. And then I wasn't big enough to be on the song. So they chose Keenan to be on the song and kept me off the song. And we were chilling, like smoking outside. And I said to him, I want to be the greatest. I want to be the biggest. I've studied you. I've studied WHP. I want to be bigger and better than all of you guys. And I feel like that's kind of like what set it off. And then from there, I sent him the Gusheshe video to post. And he didn't post it. And
so you're going to take me out the song and still try to make me post your
you
song?
see what I'm saying? It's like, you said you don't need me.
Like,
And then I felt some type of way and I probably like tweeted something that like ticked him off. And I remember, I think I SMS'd him or whatever. So before anything started, I think I called him or he called me. I was actually walking somewhere in Rosebank. And I think we had a little argument about like him not owing me anything and, you know, and then he took his phone and he was just like, nobody's going to put you on, whatever. But it was up to you. He didn't tweet to me, but I felt like he was talking about me. Nobody's going to put you on. We got this shit out the dirt, something like that, like that he put himself on. And I also felt some type of way. So that's how it kind of started. From there, just like every week there was something. There was a line. And it was just back and forth from there. I didn't remember until Ganja Beats reminded me about Gusheshe. Like, do you remember how you guys actually started having a problem?
That's
you know?
crazy.
Yeah.
Because this became a beef for like 10 years and he doesn't even remember how this thing even... I'm hearing this story for the first time, actually. Like, why this beef actually even started.
I also didn't remember until Ganja Beats. And I was like, I had even forgotten that he wanted to be on Gusheshe.
That's crazy.
I had forgotten. So when Ganja told me, I was like, damn, that could be the main reason why. Because from there, everything just went downhill. Then I remember like when we actually agreed that we were beefing. This beef was confirmed by both of us to each other.
Please let us know.
And I just shot Dokshebeleza, I think, or he was shooting Congratulate. He had just shot Control, and he was shooting Congratulate, and we met. After all these back and forths on Twitter, we met. He said, let's go talk. He was very confrontational. Like, Keenan didn't mind, like, saying, yo, let's go talk now, you know? And I'm not like that. So, like, we're drinking at Sway, and he says, yo, let's go outside and talk. I'm like, yo, man.
Oh, Sway was the spot, by the way.
Sway was like, SA hip-hop. I'm like, man, that's this thing I want to fuck me up. What's about to happen? So we would go outside and he says to me, what's your problem? I don't remember what we spoke about, but at the end he said, there's a cutthroat industry. I hope you work your ass off because after this conversation, I'm coming for your ass. So that's when like, it was clear that, okay, me and you are going at each other. He was like, yo, man, just know that from here, I'm coming for you. So you better make sure that you come correct. And that's when we dropped Dokshebeleza and Congratulate around the same time. And he was talking about how my music video was pop and stuff like that. And from there, it was back to back, man. Like, you drop, I drop, whatever, you know.
So you guys, actually, you were saying that, I actually remember sometime I spoke to him about that. You and Keenan, like, it was my birthday. You called me. And then after 5 minutes, he calls me first. After 5 minutes, you call me. And I'm like, yo, man, you and Keenan must just put this beef to end. This thing must end. And you said something crazy to me. And you were like, aye, can Chiefs the Pirates in bitch? Like, you, like, the thing about you, a lot of people don't get about you. You are a very, like, strategic and smart guy.
Yeah.
You actually know when certain things. So do you feel like the beef work to your benefit?
Of course.
Please elaborate on that.
I mean, I don't think we beefed because it was a strategy, but it worked though. Like when you look at how interesting South African hip-hop was, how interesting South African music was, you know, when we were going for each other, it worked. It wasn't like we were talking behind closed doors, so let's keep this thing going. It was real.
I know.
It was real, you know. I feel like sometimes he used to use it like, if he's about to drop a song, he would just poke me, knowing that I'm emotional. I'm definitely going to say something back. And he'd laugh at me like, oh, shit, I got him, and then drop a new song. But, man, we were the talk of, like,
for a decade
the continent,
straight.
bro.
Facts.
Like, when you talk hip-hop in Africa, it was AK and Cassper back and forth. So I definitely think it worked to our advantage, but it was not nice. Like, it was just, yo, man, it was, you know, it brought me a lot of anxiety. You know, it got physical.
People, obviously, the physical part, people don't have, like, the back end for that thing.
Yeah.
The only thing they know, you went on social media saying he slapped you, right? And at that time, you were, like, protecting the brand, like we spoke about the brands. You said, nah, I didn't fight back because I have to keep my brands in check. I don't want to act like a hooligan. Explain to us what happens on that night. Like,
I just signed a deal with a company called AG Mobile. I think they were giving me $1 million or something. I don't remember the
light flex.
Yeah. For that time, it wasn't light flex. It was a peak flex. and then I go to the club to celebrate, and then we end up being in the same section. Me being me, I'm just in the corner. I don't want trouble. And he just came over with, I think it was Cheeks. No, it was Rich Mahogany or Cheeks. They look alike.
Cheeks is done design, by the way.
Yeah.
And they don't look alike.
One of them walked.
Yo, cancel that. Take that out.
Him, and one of them walked, and he just got there and he slapped me. And I was not expecting it, so I fell. So mfana ke emi mo couchung mfana sale nyaza le tsogo le le bona le softing yana khalatele le betsa clap antati ya ubutsi ano re dwa
mpama
and mpama etsinya matlo jo like facing on mpama mana re pa so ke tsoga mo fatshe ra like mana dintsha. So at that point, like, I want to fight because like I'm embarrassed. I want to fight, and there's like these bodyguards or these bouncers that are holding me. I remember also, like, rest in peace, Teebs was also right there. I pushed Teebs, and he looked at me like little nigga, you gonna push me? Like, but I'm pissed off. I don't care. I really want to fight. But in those few seconds where these guys were able to hold me back, I came to my senses and said, yo, this is not a good look. You know? I turned around, I jumped the couch, and I went home. And it was a pop. So I try to like do like posting because I don't want someone to post before me and tell a different story. So then I'm gonna keep posting again. I got 5 fingers.
You went that bad, dog.
1,000 ways to die. Don't
bro.
you post it again? Like, I don't even remember what the code was, but my God is big.
Like
or
I could
something.
tell you can slap me, but I'm so happy.
Yeah, you can slap me, but not take the happiness outside of me. What? Nyoviru.
That was terrible. That wasn't hip hop. That wasn't.
I mean, I've taken a couple L's.
That wasn't hip hop, bro.
That was one of them. Yo, that was so funny. I mean, I really just wanted to like keep the humility and save my brand. I don't want to wake up tomorrow, but the deal is gone. I'm a hooligan. I'm fighting. My brother, you decide. It's either post 5 fingers or millionaire vibe. 5 fingers, man. I mean. Maybe try to get clapping where fellow retard. That was horrible. But yeah, I remember that. There was a couple of incidents, man, where we almost fought.
And then
The most recent one was actually the last time I saw him when Bloemfontein, and he had such a beautiful performance. Like he's killing it. You know, I'm just chilling in the corner, just vibing a bit, chilling, you know, trying to act like I'm not
this nigga
feeling, I'm not feeling some type of way, but like, it's all good. You know? I'm fanak. Unola boom, 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 boom. Dimani Joe. I got pay for my pinai. Then he turns around, he looks at me. You gotta understand, baby. When it's for me, when it's war, it's war. You gotta take it to the chest. Fair to that, that fucking tent, they rapping this shit word for word. Yata patele. I get a like I'm out today, I'm a black same today. I'm a chips. As I said, also must teach me long to all one. Get a track, any muscon. Soraga Mugremon. Are you fits a day? Why are you talking shit? Get we're not a fits. And then we had this little altercation there, which is fucked up because that's the last, the last moment we shared together. And I was really trying to fight, but it didn't happen. And the crazy thing is, at that moment, even both our teams were just like, yo, man, this shit needs to end. Like, both our teams. His team was also like, yo, man, like, you didn't have to do that song. And my team was also like, yo, you hectic. And like,
what a lot of people might not also be aware of, like, you guys actually tried to end the beef a couple of times, a few times. I mean, there's a famous picture, Pange, please insert that, after the Dome, where you guys were hugging like this. Like
that was after Orlando Stadium.
Orlando Stadium, my bad.
Yeah.
You guys were hugging.
40,000, not 20.
I talk your shit, okay? You guys were hugging.
Yeah.
Like a famous picture, right? And a lot of people, like you actually told me what Keenan was saying in your ear. I don't know if you remember. People are looking at this picture like, oh, they made up.
What do you remember?
You telling me like, Keenan came up to you and he's like, oh, you did well. You know what I'm saying? And he hugged you and said, yo, I'm still coming for you. Like, this shit ain't over.
People are celebrating that picture the next day, but they don't know what this nigga said to me. So that morning, I knew it was like the pressure was on. Obviously, Novi's going to sell out the stadium. Obvious. So it's like, what are you going to do? So he kept quiet the whole day. And I think Bonang tweeted congratulations or something. So I'm just waiting for something.
Were they still dating at the time?
Yeah, I think they were dating
That's
at that
foul.
time.
But anyway, Kieran.
And then I'm at the club. He walks up to me. And like all my friends are like, what are we supposed to do? I'm like, nah, it's all chilled. Yeah. He gives me a hug. And he says to me in the ear, yo, congratulations on that thing. But just know, I meant everything that I said to you.
Oh, yes. yes. So, yeah.
Is that legit?
Hold up. What's going on? No, dog. We need the light the same. You can chill for 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. I remember you said that. I meant everything.
Yeah. This guy's in my ear saying,
okay, wait, can we carry on?
And he says, but I meant every single thing I said to you. I'm just like, and everybody's like, yeah. I'm like, if only you knew what this fucker just said in my ear. But like, the one thing people don't understand is like, he was so smart. Everything was well calculated. He knew that that picture would do that. But he couldn't let me think for a second, Guti, you must let your guard down. You understand? So he knew that I'll be the only one who'll remember what he said in my ear. And the next day, everyone is posting the picture like, this is what we are talking about. And I just let it slide.
That was a genius plan because you saw at the stadium, he hugs you, he's included in you celebrating. I think that was a genius plan.
Yeah, it was smart. I was pissed off. I sold tickets, nigga.
Okay.
And you just had to take a picture and we're together.
I think
but he was smart,
when
man.
it's war, it's war, you know? And then
he was smart.
You guys obviously were supposed to box.
Yeah. There was gonna be a moment like
here's the thing. There was a time where he wanted to fight more than you.
Yeah.
Then I think in the very beginning of it, because I remember him training every day. Yo, Tito, smack your boy. Like he was like so focused, you know? And then he just got over it. I don't know what happened. I think
in the beginning,
he
there
got
was
to
a
the
problem
point where he got to the point where you guys were obviously talking about like the money, the deal, and then he got so frustrated. Like a lot of people don't have references to maybe they saw the disrespect to your family on the thing, but that was like to actually piss you off to sign the contract to fight.
Yeah, you always understood him.
I mean, like I was
Tito always has a way of understanding what Keenan was saying. Always.
Yeah, like that was like.
I'm just saying, like.
Can I tell you why?
Always. Like even off camera.
Yeah.
Tito always, no, you don't understand, Cass. Like it was just he was doing this. I'm just like, man, you're doing it again. But
that was
you know
like,
what? That's fine.
That was like my real nigga, and it's like we are Aquarius too. So we bonded over that. We are curious. So there's certain things I'm able to understand, you know? And our parents are born in the same day too, you know? But here's the thing, with all of that, let me tell you what he would say to me about you. He would be like, I was very close friends with Keenan, but it never stopped me and you from being friends. It's not like I acted weird with you. It's not like anything that you said to me, yo, Tito, let's do this. I'll be like, nah, I'm friends with Keenan. I ain't fucking with you. I never got to that point. Yeah.
That's true. But the boxing thing, there was a long process about monies and the promoter wanted to pay me the same amount as Keenan. I was like, man, I've sold over 100,000 tickets with my name. It doesn't make sense. Like, I need to have a bigger check than him. And then it became a back and forth. And then at the end, I was like, you know what? I'll take the same amount of money. And then he was over it, I think. And then I just got good. Like, there was a point where it was clear that he wouldn't win the fight. So then he started like asking for crazy amounts of money that we couldn't afford or anyone. And then it just fell through. But that's what happened. At first it was money. Secondly, he was over it. And then when he wanted to do it, we just couldn't afford what he wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so at least maybe there's a little bit of understanding now when it comes to that. Because a lot of people wanted to see that fight, you know?
I wanted to see that fight. I started boxing for that fight. I ended up boxing other guys in the interim of getting to the main fight, you know? So, yeah, I fell in love with boxing, and I think that fight would have not only been a moment in culture, but I think we would have been friends after that, man.
Yeah.
That's what
For
I
real.
think. Yeah, I think, bro, the thing about boxing or getting in the ring, like you can't get out of that ring without any type of respect with the men you shared the ring with. Like, I don't care how much you hate someone. You could look at any boxing match, they will swear at each other. But as soon as the last bell goes, man, it's hugs. It's like, yo, you're a great fighter because only you and that person knows how it feels to be there. You know, there's there's no bodyguards. There's no one who's going to come and help you. It's you and this person. You know, you meet, the true person. If he beats you up, you're going to respect the guy. It's like, you know what I mean? Even if you beat up the next guy, you're going to feel some type of remorse. You say, but this guy still, stood here with me. So I think it would have been, well, that's what I believed. would have been how we ended. It's unfortunate, that we didn't get that moment.
Talking about unfortunate, obviously, I mean, with you guys beefing over the years, you
Yeah.
guys never got to actually mend your beef.
Mhm.
I mean, this year has been like brutal on the game, period. We lost Keenan earlier on in the year. You guys were beefing for so long. A lot of people actually might not know how you felt at that moment where maybe we lost Keenan and you get the news, and this is someone that you've been beefing for so many years with.
Yeah.
When you get the news, how does Cassper Nyovest feel? Where are you when you're even hearing the news?
Hey. That thing was hard, man. It was painful. It felt so unfair. And I felt like as much as I hated the guy, I just felt like he didn't deserve that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone deserves that. But particularly him, because I don't think he would have done that to anybody. You know? I always feel like, I used to think like Keenan likes acting hard, but he's not that guy. You know what I mean? That's how I always used to think about it. So when I heard that, man, I was devastated. I was on my way to, I was with my son actually. I was on my way to drop him off by his mother and go to the club. So I got the call on my way to baby mom's. And I dropped off my son and I went home. And I didn't sleep like 3 days, bro. That day I stood up till like 7 a.m. And then it just kept on happening because it was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this real? Like, that thing wasn't nice. Like, I even, like, when I thought about his parents, I remember I have an experience of like how a parent feels when they lose their kid. I thought of his parents because I've seen like someone close to me like go through that. And man, like his kid, like, bro, like that thing was just horrible. I try not to talk about it too much, because I feel like we live in a time where the internet takes anything and turns it into whatever they want it to be. So I try not to talk about it too much, like, but just to wrap it up, I was hurt, man. Yeah, I was very sad. I still am. Like every time I hear his music, it's always like, damn, like he's really gone. It's like that's not how I saw it end. And I feel like even besides me and Jay, like his family and his kid, I don't think anyone deserved that, man.
I also want to commend you. I was speaking to AKA's mother. She told me you came by to the house to pay your respect, and you told her you couldn't make the funeral because you had to go overseas, but you did come pay your respect. She told me that.
Yeah, firstly, like, I did it, discreetly because, I mean, it wasn't about anybody knowing or the public. And also I was trying to avoid that more than anything. But I respect or I appreciate his parents just even allowing me to come, because I kind of sent someone to ask if it was okay, if I could bring flowers to the house. And the parents were like, yeah, definitely. And they welcomed me, and his mom is such an amazing lady.
Oh, so amazing.
Yeah. And his dad is like so cool. And they allowed me to come to the house, and then I met the dad also after one time at an event, and he asked to take a picture, and I was like, man, like they don't even have to do that, But it was important for me to go see his family, and it was important for me to pay respect to him. This is how I was raised. Yeah.
Wow, man, it's crazy because obviously after him passing away, we experienced so many, I don't know, like within the last year, this year and last year, we lost so many people. We also lost someone you were very close to, DJ Somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really, it's like there's a dark cloud in the industry right now. We are losing so many people. I don't think there's been a time like this where in a space of like 2 to 3 years, we've lost so many people. And I know you are very
I
close.
think, I think the industry has always lost people, but I feel like it's the first time where we lose people who are like A-listers and like at this present moment they're in the the forefront of things and back to back like that. Like, I'm sure there are people who've been through, what we're saying, but maybe it's like someone who wasn't that close to our generation, but dog, you don't lose Ricky Rick after WHP, WHP, Ricky Rick, DJ Somebody, City Lights, Pro Kid,
Costa Teach.
Costa Teach right after Keenan. Like, I saw a video of Costa, AKA, and Ricky, that Nkalagate remix. And I was like, no ways, bro.
Unbelievable.
It's like, how? So it's been so hard, man. And Ricky was very close to me. And unfortunately, at the end, we were not as close as we used to be. And also the way that he went out is so painful. Also somebody being killed like that. Like, just sometimes I feel like maybe I don't know. Like, sometimes I wonder if I'm okay. Like, sometimes I sit back and say, am I actually
because you've dealt with a lot of like losses in these couple of years.
It's bad. Like, gave me a lot of anxiety, like sometimes I feel like we take life for granted. You know what I mean? Walking around with bodyguards now because I just don't feel safe.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like I said, me and you have been, like, I'm partying, like, the last 2 times. And, like, I obviously spotted the difference with you. You used to roll free. You used to come anywhere alone, one person. Now, you consistently surrounded by bodyguards. So, is this because of what transpired in the last year with us losing everybody that you said, yo, I need a bodyguard?
Of course. It made me think about it to say, if anyone had to try anything right now on me, what am I going to do? Let's say they wanted my watch. I'm always wearing jewelry. What am I going to do? If somebody had a problem with me and they went and around my back or planned something for me, I wouldn't be able to protect myself. Because niggas also don't want to fight no more, bro. Guys don't want to have a fist fight and finish it. They just want to shoot. So it's like, I felt like I was just taking my security for granted, and I started exploring that option. And I feel like if you can afford it, man, in this country, it's not a waste of money, bro. If you could have any type of security, whether at your home or where you walk in this country, it's not a waste of money, bro. The reality is we live in a dangerous country. It's very, very dangerous. Like, maybe we live in these suburbs where you don't see crazy things, but like, it's actually really lit. Like, people are getting shot every day for serious and dumb reasons. You know what I mean? Like, we live in a very dangerous country, so, and you're on your own. That's the other thing. Like, don't think the system or the government or police are going to figure this thing out. You're on your own, bro. You got to figure out how you're going to do it, because That's the country we live in. Also, they have a lot to deal with, bro. It's not as easy to actually be like a policeman or like like there's
That's
people.
why they have to take cold drink too. No, they are boys.
But the cold drink, but like I'm talking like the cold drink is they understand about traffic or point. But you want a cold drink, you have million. It's serious.
All aspects. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like plata or Pluto ring the manul.
Social plata.
It's social plata.
Coca plata.
Don Pedron. Can I give man? Pablo Escobar. Like that's how it is in this country.
About Pablo, man. Okay.
In this country, it's literally like that. Like the guys, they're like, yo, man, it's either you do this thing or you out. So yeah, that's how I ended up here, just having security and trying to stay out of trouble. I also think like it eliminates, stupid things. I'll never be in a club fighting because I have people who protect me. Even for a stupid thing like I stepped on you, it won't get there. Where something stupid has to happen or I have to fight because I have guys around me who kind of just keep the space around me calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said if you can afford it.
Yes.
This is something you should explore. Like, if someone is just sitting at home, is like, yo, man, I would like some security. Like, how much does it cost to have security in a month?
It depends, bro.
It's not written anyway, so I'm just
I understand. Like, it's a good question.
Yeah.
So it depends. That people you can pay your friend to be your bodyguard, but it doesn't mean he's gonna do anything if something had to happen. Then there are guys who are actually trained and they're expensive. Because they are prepared to go to the fire with you and stand before you should something happen. So it's very expensive. It's not like people who have bodyguards to look cool. You know what I mean? Like those, they'll range up from like, I don't know, 10, 15. I don't know. I don't have guys like that. All my guys are like trained. And then
about 10, 15, those are the bodyguards that also speak to girls at the club. He's not watching you. He's like, oh, he's in the section. Hey, what's up, baby? Like, I've seen your bodyguards. They don't talk to no girls. They just focus on what you're doing.
They're trained,
Professional,
bro.
Yeah.
They trained. And also, it's not only about what they do when they're around you. It's before you even leave the house. Before we even leave the house, I get there, I'll find my Bentley outside. I say, no, boss, this one is
Light
back
flex.
in the garage.
Yeah.
It's like we going in the golf. You know what I mean? Like they plan the movements. Like, no, we've been using this car for 3 days. We can't. It's change. It's we've been too long in the space. We have to go. And you have to listen. Like you if you hire them, you have to trust them. That they are doing what's best for you. So that's
But you haven't told us still, like
it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's the most expensive thing in my monthly payment.
Bro, we know you got like
it's the most expensive
but
thing.
give us like a projection. You don't have to say
I can't. I mean, that's like also like people's salaries, Tito. And they're around here. They're
But
looking at me. They're looking at me like.
But you have like 4 bodyguards. I would just like to know, like people would like to know, like
crazy.
if they're looking at exploring to having bodyguards.
It's above 100,000. That's like
above 100,000 to have a bodyguard monthly.
To have trained guys and have the type of setup that I have around me. Yeah. But I'm saying there's cheaper options.
The ones talking to the girls.
I don't know if it'll work for you, but at least you'll have someone who's trying to be on the lookout. But there's other ways,
Those are called goons, not bodyguards. Like, yo, he's got me.
So if you can afford a goon, rather go with a goon, my brother.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right. Just go with whatever you can afford.
Guys, if you can't make 100,000, just goon up, Straight up.
For it.
See?
Think about it. If you're chilling with a bunch of your friends and someone had to pull up right now, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. I don't know. Blind, Bruce Lee, like, how can you have to have someone who's going to shoot back, someone who's going to, make sure that you get out of there safely or try at least, because, when situations like that happen, you have about 30 seconds to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's not a long thing. It's not like in the movies where we've been in the club for 2 hours shooting at each other. It doesn't happen. You've got 30 seconds, and if you have someone who's not trained to figure out that, hey, can you are like shooting, then that's why I ended up, and I only learned that after I actually started looking at security and learning about that, and I was also schooled to say this is why you pay so much for this one than that one.
What I respected about you and what I still respect about you, you've always taken yourself serious from the beginning until now. You know, you're always about protecting the brand. I mean, it shows in terms of like, you are very, I think out of like all artists in South Africa, you like one of like the guys that have a dope business acumen, you've went on to so many ventures, which you is beyond the music. I think you've set the blueprint on so many things that you ventured into, in terms of like working with the brands, like you've worked with every dope, like you are even up to now. I don't think you are as productive as you were with the music, as in dropping hits every time. But I mean, look, man, you are the guy still with the brands. This is your face on a SPRITE. On a SPRITE can. Well, bottle. Please tell me, like, how does it start? How do you become so business savvy?
I mean, I've always loved money. I've always loved the thought of being a business owner. I learned throughout or along the way, what it actually means. Number one, people think that being a business owner means you have a lot of money. It actually means like you don't have money.
You take all the
house. You paying everyone. You might now and then you might have something nice, that you buy for yourself, but you're the one who's responsible to pay everyone at the end of the month. Everyone doesn't have stress. They know that you want in your V. Yeah, load shedding. Welcome to South Africa. 6:30. So,
no, let the light come back, everything come back.
They'll come back, bro.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
There's one light, Tito. Let me teach you. I used to have a TV show. So.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, when you... Also, the other important thing, besides me just wanting to be a business owner, is I have a great team. T. Lee, my manager and partner, is such a great asset, in my structure. Like, he knows how to negotiate deals because we've done it for such a long time. He knows my character. He knows my personality. He'll tell them from the onset that this he won't do, this he could do. And he also knows how to stretch out the check. So, for instance, now I'm giving out game, man.
They gotta learn. You learn from 50 Cent. You learn from give them game. I said I brought you here for inspiration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest mistakes that artists make is think that whatever is in black and white is it and all. The offer is actually the beginning of a conversation. So a lot of artists get there, they look at 250 and say, no, we don't want it. Or 400 and something, we're taking it. That's how it works. T. Lee, we've had big deals, we've had small deals. So, for instance, when Ciroc came, we didn't like the amount. But I knew that I wanted to open my own alcohol brand later. So we said, this is not the amount we want. You can push it up to this. But for you to push it up to this, he gave them different avenues. Factor in the social media aspect of it. Factor in sponsoring his music videos. Factor in, performances that you guys will have to pay for now and bank for your events, because that's something outside of the brand ambassadorship. Factor in the fact that him working with you closes so many doors that could actually bring money to his table. So we took it from such a small amount, and then we stretched the time, say we don't like doing 3 or 6 months, we want to do a year. And then we ended up at the amount that we actually wanted, but we told them how to do it. You know what I mean? So having someone like T. Lee who knows how to talk to brands, the language, and how to show them the ROI that they can get from a certain deal is smart, because we don't take the first deal, and we also don't reject the first deal without trying to explore how we can make it work. You know, how it's like me doing Ciroc, I was able to learn that industry and also see how much volume I can push in the alcohol world. And then I was the Ciroc boy. I was that guy. I went on these dope trips. I met so many dope people. I met Paris Hilton on a Ciroc trip.
Light flex.
Yeah, and she said I smell good. I got the video. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna show you.
We need that video. Receipts, please.
Yeah. So then I came back home and I started planning Biliato when Ciroc, when the contract was ending. I started planning, starting Biliato, and then I knew all the rules around it, all the laws around, being an owner and an influencer. The fact that, they had me in as influencer. Now I have Toss as an influencer. And then I didn't tell anyone that we stopped working with Ciroc, so I don't burn a bridge. I just carried on doing my own thing, and I never said anything bad about them. And yeah, man, just planning, having a great team, guys like T. Lee, having young blood around you. There's a kid I'm always around now. His name is Lee Tam. He's a very creative kid. He's like my PA now, but he's always like suggesting something, because I could see like he feels like I can do more. You know what I mean? Having guys like that around. I have a stylist called Nokana. He's also a very creative guy. So I just have a great group of people around me. There's a guy called MJ at Bridge Entertainment as well. He's like Tilly's friend, but he's like hip hop. Like you can't argue with this guy with like hip hop. He's a hip hop historian. Like
I'm a hip hop historian.
You gotta meet him. He'll school you.
Not me. I'm a real hip hop historian. No, I'm a hip hop historian.
I wish he was here. Like
I wish he was here.
Like he's really that guy. He's
really
like an encyclopedia.
I'm a hip hop encyclopedia.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna link you with MJ. So it's just
I
guys like
smoke.
that.
Yeah.
Having people around you like that. You can't do this alone, man. Like I learned, even what I'm telling you about like structuring deals, I learned from T. Lee. I was the guy who's like, nah, fuck that. They gotta give me 200 million, nigga. And then T. Lee's like, no, boys, and they don't have. So that's how we're able to put this together. The SPRITE thing was connected by T. Lee. I didn't even know anything.
We'll get there. I mean, I think we need a little bit of more conversation on the Biliato.
Yes.
You went and did something. Obviously, this is not South Africa's like mostly we doing gin, whiskey, vodka.
Yeah.
Why did you decide? What would you call this?
It's actually a flavored tequila. So
flavored tequila.
Yeah. So in the stores, it'll be around the liqueurs.
Okay. Let me
spirit
re-up, actually. Yeah.
Spirit imperative.
Okay.
It's all research, man. My partner in the brand, David DeMott, he's, a guru at this thing. He's the guy who started Cruise vodka and ended up selling it for a crazy amount of money. I was trying to do gin in the beginning. And then I tried to do flavored vodka. And he basically gave me a breakdown of what the market was saying gin is going down. There's too many new gins. They're not buying any more gin anymore, any new gins anymore, so we can't do that. Also with the cruise thing, he was in a deal where he couldn't do any flavored vodka or touch any vodka because of where he was. And he was like, let's do a tequila. And I was like, tequila, black people? He's like, no, like it's an emerging, what do they call it? It's an emerging industry, for a lack of a better word.
Tequila is big in this country.
But shooters in South Africa is like, that's what's going up. Like Jägermeister.
Oh yeah,
that's like probably the biggest brand in the country. Jägermeister is like in our category, it's number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's crazy. But you can't trust girls that like drink tequila all the time. I just know that.
How did you go from the business?
No, we're talking about tequila.
Why?
I just realized they're on demon time. Like just girls are what? Yeah. Like I'm just saying, if you're looking for love.
What about Jägermeister?
If a preferred drink is tequila, do not look for love there. But I'm just
so
giving the guy some
if
juice.
you had to like get in the club and the girl took a shot of Biliato, you like
No, like there's nothing, no problem. Like, you can drink tequila. But I'm just saying, if tequila is her preferred drink
Yes.
over every other drink, do not look for love out
But
there.
like some people like tequila because of the calories.
Okay.
It's got less calories. It's like if you were a gym guy, it's like the best thing to drink if you're just having it alone.
But do you think people that drink think, oh, let me drink this, less calories?
Yeah, there's some people who think like that.
Alright.
And it's also like an expensive drink, man. It's amara level my Ibiza.
Keep guy pretty out.
To my 3 clip, amara. Also moyo. Kusilo, go, yeah, it's spa. It's like
It tastes good.
3
though.
clip. Thank
Like,
you.
It really tastes
And
good.
I think in the club it's like 1,002, so it's reasonable. It's not, crazy. But let me tell you something. If you got one bottle of Biliato and there's 4 of you guys, trust me, it's gonna be a good night.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Alright.
But like if ugarega bottle le 1 ya champagne, lele 4, you've wasted your money. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving homies, I'm giving y'all game. Like, if you don't got money, okay, no, let's get this party. Let's nice. Trust me. The shot. Umunati. After that, maybe we gotta bottle le 1 ya champagne there now.
And what does Biliato, how does it make the girls feel?
Is there a safe answer for that one? Like,
I think for like guys, you're giving them game. Like,
Yeah.
if they have to think, okay,
the
I have
girls
to get
like
this
it.
drink.
Girls like sweets. So, like, it's got caramel. Like, the girls like it. I've never had a girl ever say, I don't like it. Every time they taste it, like, I like your drink. And after that, the problem is after that, I get a call every week. It's like, I'm at the club. Can you please? So, like, yeah, so the girls really like it. It's really dope. It's but it's also a sexy bottle, man. If you put Jägermeister next to my drink, Jägermeister looks like an ugly girl. Oh boy. My drink is sexy. It's like classy. Like, I want to like it's much than you like aspiring billionaires. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like guys who are like the finer things, a taste of wealth. Like, yeah, like we got to from
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, right next to the Biliato, we got the Sprite.
Yeah. Big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, Sprite, lemon, lime flavored
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah.
You on a campaign now with Sprite, Limelight.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Sprite is Coke, and we've done some work with the Coca-Cola brand before, and I think that's where the relationship started. And then they approached us about this campaign, this global campaign where they, it involved music, it involved giving a bit of insight of an artist, who's been in the game for a while, the type of things I go through and stuff like that, and it came at a time where I was feeling like, I didn't want to get burnt out. I took a break and I had a bit of I had a different perspective on how things should be approached. So the synergy was there, keeping cool during heated moments. Basically, that was their campaign. So they approached us, they showed us what they had done before, and they sent me these samples. I gave them different versions of the song, and they liked this one that was so calm. It's titled Soul.
I love that song, by the way.
Yo, thank you. For real?
Yeah, for real.
Thank you. Songs like that, like, for me, I like because I'm expressing myself and I'm talking, but like, I feel like South Africa doesn't really listen to that type of stuff unless it's from J. Cole. Like,
no, I mean,
I J. Cole really ill shit. They like, motherfucker, nigga. Like,
I love.
They don't look at me like that.
I love the type of hip hop that's introspective, and I like it when you're in that introspective bag. Personally,
but they don't look at me like that.
It's okay, but I like that type of Cassper Nyovest.
That's dope.
I hope you bought it. I like the type of
Yeah.
Cassper Nyovest that's introspective.
I wrote that song like down the road. There's this block of apartments called First Avenue. I was squatting at one of my friend's house. And I sat down on this mattress and like, it changed my life. It's like everybody's favorite, every Cassper fan's favorite song is like, I hope you, actually even the guys who don't like me, like haters are like, yeah, man, I don't really like you, but I hope you bought it. It's a special song.
Yeah, I like it when you get, I can actually tell you one of my favorite Cassper songs. They're not the really popular songs.
Yeah.
Like I think you went off on is it 428 to LA?
Yeah.
You were
That's like
you
a
were in
club
your bag.
classic.
Yeah, but there you were in your bag, like with the flow, with the charisma. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's one of like the most underrated, I think, Cassper joint in terms of where you doing your shit.
You're right. And I hear it all the time. I heard it
Yeah.
today on Instagram. Someone tagged me. It never became big, but
Yeah,
like
but yeah,
that's what used to confuse me about like my come up in the game.
yeah.
I'd be like, I dropped this brilliant record and it doesn't become what it's supposed to be. And then I dumb it down and do some shit and then it just goes off. And it used to like confuse me. It's like, what do you guys want me to do? Like when I give you this brilliant shit, everybody looks away. But when I do this other shit, everybody, tunes in.
I think like there's certain songs, if you look at songs like Capsules, there's certain songs for different type of crowds. And then there's certain ones that are just art. They're not for everybody.
I hear you.
It's just art.
I hear you.
And yeah, the Sprite song is the joint where I like you when you're in that bag, the introspective bag. That's my favorite Cassper Nyovest, the one that talks in the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That one, but why? What made you think, okay, cool, Sprite is a brand that I can work with?
It's
Because
hip-hop.
I'm sure you choose certain things and you don't choose certain things.
Sprite is hip hop.
Facts.
Like if you look into their history, if you look at the initiatives that they support, and they were celebrating 50 years of hip hop, and this is part of the celebration, So
Shout out to hip hop, 50 years.
yeah,
man.
shout out, man. You a grandfather now, hip hop.
Yes, sir.
And the reason they came to me is because they wanted hip hop.
Okay.
They were like, we want a hip hop Cassper Nyovest, the introspective one. I try to go another way, but Poison, come back at this side.
Can we have this conversation? I'm so
Yeah.
glad you took it there. The hip hop Cassper Nyovest.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know where he's going.
We've had so many conversations about this. We had a
Yeah.
conversation about this. And I was like, yo,
I
I'm
know
so
he's
glad
right.
you back in your hip hop bag.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when you were like, fuck SA hip hop.
I was mad.
SA hip hop is dead. I was mad seeing that myself.
I was mad too.
Why were you mad? We were mad. Imagine us. You are saying fuck SA hip hop.
I was mad, man. I felt like unappreciated. I felt, I was at a time where I was making these club records that would play in the clubs and people would love them, but like I was getting so much hate for my own genre when I was one of the only ones who was still in the club making music that people, listened to. Even when piano was going up, I had records like Sazoba Lead, that everyone was hating on, but like it was banging in the club. I had like Tito Mbueni, I had songs like that were banging in the club. But my genre, my culture, the people that I represent were the ones who were bashing me the most. And I just felt like, you know what, man, I want to see what's gonna happen if I actually step out. If the genre will thrive. Because I need to, I'm whack, I'm trash. So I said, fuck you, out. And it went down, and I had this conversation with you because at that point, I was happy that it was dying. I was like, fuck you niggas. You don't appreciate me. But
those words hurt me. You didn't say that. Yeah.
And I mean, after I had the conversation with you, and you were like, do you realize when you said fuck hip hop, you meant us? You meant like individually. You meant even guys who came before you. You meant the guys who built what you ate off. When I looked at it like that, I was like, damn, I was too much in my ego. Like, that shit was fucked up, actually. That wasn't cool. And it came from just this thing that I built up in my brain that everybody was against me. But that wasn't cool. Like me saying SA hip hop is dead and all that shit. As much as I meant it, I felt like that. I meant everything I said. But it wasn't cool. Like, I think it was just too much ego and me just being in my head too much, because, this thing fed me, fed my family.
Facts.
It built this thing that I have today. So
Facts.
I always have to show respect to hip hop, to the
Facts.
culture, to the guys who
Facts.
came before me.
Facts.
And I would like to publicly apologize to anybody that I might have offended or felt like I was, shitting on the culture or what it gave me. That was pretty whack. Yeah. So now we're going at piano now, Gotta fight somebody.
Disruptive. He
Yeah.
said it in the beginning,
Yeah, I'm on the
I
other
said,
side
just
now.
now.
I was like, niggas, I'm back. Let's go at them now. Fuck you, niggas. I'm back with my goons. And I got bodyguards, motherfucker. I'm joking.
So
But I
yeah,
know
let's
they're mad
address
at
it.
me.
I mean, people saw a snippet of you
Yeah.
saying Lenyalo alelase. This one never fan about piano.
Yeah. It's true. Well, but one thing is marriage doesn't last now.
Okay, let's translate it
Which
because
is
maybe
true.
some people are watching, they don't understand.
I said
Marriage doesn't
marriage
last.
doesn't last.
It's like piano.
It's
artist.
like, I'm a piano artist. And it's
Sheesh.
I mean,
we
the
need to take
reason why-
we need to take a second just to like let it digest and simmer.
yeah, I heard someone in the back saying facts. I'm joking. For me, I mean, it's hip hop has got metaphors, similes, all these things, like. And if we had to tell the truth, yeah, I can hip hop as piano. So like, for me, it's going back to what we used to speak about. I would have said that in the beginning of my career. I would have had the balls to make that comparison. But being the person I am, I thought about, how many people I'm gonna offend by saying that, even though it's true. But I said it because I was like, it's that album for me where like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care who likes it, who doesn't. I'm just going to express myself and say things that I want to say. If you look at AmaPiano artists, not the genre, like the guy will have a hit, maybe 2, maybe 3. But then after that, it's like, it's Ava, And 6 months from now, there's a bunch of new cats who are running the game. There's no longevity really. It's almost like a soccer career, It's like you have this season where you're hot and then the next guy comes. If you look at it with like hip hop or like our school, I'm still getting shows. I haven't dropped an album or a single in about 2 years, bro. And I'm still getting booked at the biggest festivals. Some I even deny because I just don't want to go. We were able to build longevity through the genre. Now, my biggest worry, not problem, my biggest worry about piano artists is that the longevity and the sustainability of how they approach their careers. You know what I mean? It's like they're out here buying Gucci, which is all good. You know what I mean? Do your thing. But please make sure you can live like that in 10 years. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Please, like, do something in the background that we don't know or whatever. But, like, make sure that I'm going to see you fly next year. And I'm going to see you fly 2 years from now. You don't even have to have a hit. But, like, I worry about the AmaPiano culture because it's becoming like the soccer player culture where the guys are hot, they're buying the cars, the clothes. But then when you hear about them or see them in 6 months or a year's time, it's looking sad. Because this AmaPiano is our chance to shine in the world as South Africans. I'm a big fan of the music and the culture. It's our chance to shine in the world. But man, if we don't go at it the right way, it's just gonna be another Kwaito story, or it's gonna end up being sad, man. That's what I think.
Obviously, I mean, we cannot discredit the trajectory of piano in terms of like bringing South Africa to the world. Is doing amazing things in the world. We can't deny that.
Right.
We can't deny that at all. You know what I'm saying? So with you being in the game for this long, and obviously you having to say something about piano, is because of the knowledge you've had from before. Is there any advice that you can give to the piano artists? Or because I don't want us to seem like we are shitting on piano.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate and see what piano is doing for South Africa.
Yeah, for the
You know what I'm saying?
country,
And me and you, I know this is not, I want people watching this to know that we are not shitting on piano at
We
all.
always dance to the music.
Facts. So
Yeah.
can you give advice to
Save your money, niggas.
Uh.
Trust me.
Mhm.
Save your money or invest back into your career. Like that money that you're getting, like try invest it back into your career. Look at how you could create a sustainable career with the moment that you have right now. You know, because it doesn't come like that forever.
Facts?
There will come a day where it slows down. And if you don't do your things right now, then, you know, it's going to be set. Let me tell you what's going to happen to you, actually, if you don't do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're hot right now. Everybody's taking your calls.
Mm.
Everybody wants you on the song. You're the guy. You're going to miss a couple of times. You're going to slow down. Your hype's going to go down. You're going to start calling the guys that you used to work with. Small. It happens.
Sheesh.
There's guys who are hot. Everybody wanted to work with them in the genre a year ago, 2 years ago. Nobody's taking your phone calls anymore. Because you're not tired. Maybe about the 5,000 outside. I'm telling you, if you don't get your stuff right now, once you get that, once the hype is gone, people don't want to work with you. They don't want to take your calls. You become a burden. You become frustrated. And then in that frustration, you'll never make another hit ever again. Trust me. You are in a happy genre. Nobody wants to hear about stress in your genre. So the only way is for you to create a great space for yourself that even when songs are not working, you're able to eat at least and, you know, until the next time you get a hot one. I'm telling you, bro, like, I don't see anybody coming back from like where they are with the piano genre because it's a happy genre. Nobody wants to hear you tell you man. Abasaphendula abangani bami. Re batla ho utlwa nika. Koba simanika. Oh, I get. Wena ozwakale kwanyiwa abangani bami abasaphenduli. Ngiyakhumbula mfana ngikunika i-R5 manje aphendula ifoni yaba. Body out. Where's Allah? You want to point, my man. You're pointing fingers at the wrong people. You're pointing fingers at your friends who are living their lives. My brother. Want to point at the baby. So like, yo, man, figure it out. I hope you listen to me. Let me tell you something. I used to be where you are. I've made a lot of mistakes where I didn't listen to the OGs, but they were right. Listen to me. Save your money. Invest in yourself. You're not always going to make a hit. You need a safe net or an environment that can keep you sane and healthy for the next time you get something big. I've been out here 2 years without a hit. I'm soft, chilling. Now, I want to take out an album. I don't have a stress of making a hit, whether the song is big, it's not, I don't care. I know that the ones who want to listen to my music are out there, they listen to it. If I have a big song, brilliant. If I don't, I know that I'm content with the art that I put out.
That's a good time to actually get into the album. That segue just kick ass, but so we're gonna have to. We can't give shortchange the people.
Yeah.
This one has to be. This is gonna be a classic. It's gonna play, and people are gonna come back to this interview in 20 years. So you guys need to get your shit together. I don't know what's happening. We need to cut the interview. What's happening? Can we continue?
Yeah.
Is everything straight?
Yeah, everything's straight.
Are you sure? So why were you trying to cut us?
No, they were just saying it's a bit long. What time is it?
It's almost 7.
Okay.
It's fine. This is going to be a memorable interview.
Yeah.
We need to get into the
I
album.
won't lie. That thing I said about the nigga is funny. It's funny.
Okay. It's
playing in my head. Nigga.
Okay, cool. I mean, and that is a classic. Nigga.
Hot song.
Yo.
Song of the...
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay,
December. Peanuts last week, song of the... Judge.
All right. I want us to get into the album.
Yeah.
You sent me your album this morning to listen to. the name of the album is called Solomon, right?
Yeah.
And that's named after your best friend, Capo. Capo, your name is trash, but no, I'm playing Capo. I'm playing.
You know
why did you name this album after Capo?
Capo's name is Solomon, but it wasn't really named after Solomon.
How about
After Capo, it's after the story
of Solomon?
of King Solomon.
How about now? So you're
But
gonna take
like,
this thing
it
away
wasn't-
from Capo
No,
like this?
but it was also nice that, you know, he could have that moment because I actually have an interview where I was joking. I was like, imagine I named my album Solomon, and then I ended up actually naming an album Solomon. So yeah, it's titled after the story, you know, King Solomon, one of the most wisest and wealthiest men to live, and he had his own flaws and you know, kryptonites, and you know, I see myself as like that, like I'm a superhero, but I'm also flawed. I've got my own, you know, kryptonite.
Facts.
So yeah, that's how I named the album.
Okay, like with us getting into Solomon,
Yeah,
or should I say Solomon?
Solomon. Yeah,
How do you pronounce
when
it?
you say Solomon, it's Capo.
Okay.
When you say Solomon, then it's the Bible version.
Okay, I think before
Solomon.
we get into the album, as Solomon, I think let's speak about your. I mean, I spoke about the fallouts you had with different people.
Yeah,
Capo has been consistently in your life
yeah,
for as long as we all can remember.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have been friends for like 20 years.
yeah.
Can you just like touch on that a little bit? Let us know about your friendship with Capo. I mean, Capo, we all know him as a funny guy.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
always a
think he's
pleasure to
funny.
be around with. You don't think he's funny?
No. I always wonder why people are laughing like at everything he does. I'm always just irritated, like, yo, man, you don't have to say that to people. You don't have to do that to people. And he's just like, man, I don't give a fuck. But people love him. Our friendship actually started with a fight. He moved to our school, and I was the guy who used to diss people, so he was avoiding me.
What do you mean you were the guy that used to diss people?
I used to diss everybody. So when he got there, they just told him, poison, avoid that brr, like he's the clown of the school. And then we had a friend called Ego who used to like kind of like pit us against each other type of thing. Capo was crazy like when we were kids. Like Solomon was like, he would break glass and either eat it, like chew it, or like, yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, like he used to do crazy shit. Like he used to like say, you damn me.
He
like,
would break glass and eat it.
like chew it. Yeah, he once did that. He broke a glass and he chewed it. And I think it cut him, but it's like, it's stupid. Like he used to do crazy shit. Like there was a time we were drunk and then he was calling himself Tupac. I don't know why he had seasons. One time he was Cassidy, now he's Tupac. I'm Tupac, nigga. He took the door and he was banging the door and his fucking arm, took the cigarette, burned himself with the cigarette. The next morning he was pissed off at us for letting him do it. We're like, dog, but you did it to yourself. Nobody's like, no, but you're supposed to know I'm crazy, dog. So like it was a crazy friendship where he used to do all these crazy
Can
things.
I tell you something before you carry on about Capo? He told me the first time he met you. No jive, ne? I gave you no
He's gonna say, cake.
He said you were dancing for a slice of cake.
I
Imagine.
don't remember that.
He met you and you were dancing for a slice of cake. Like the price
his
of
story,
Wait,
but I don't remember.
Hold up. He said when he met you, the reason you were dancing so you could win a prize. And the prize was a slice of cake. Is this true?
I don't remember that story. I remember the party. I remember dancing. And I remember eating cake. But I don't remember
Which cake?
dancing for cake. No, in the
okay.
Yeah. Like a birthday cake. It was my friend's birthday bonga. And I don't remember dancing for the cake. I remember dancing. And after that,
Now
I had
niggas
some
made
cake.
it, they get amnesia, but cool, yeah.
No, like Capo's been telling the story since really Ntwana, and I don't remember ke jaiva like key. I remember ke robegile letsogo. So I don't know ringa jaiva and gets into CREP. Capo's story doesn't make sense, but that's his story. That's how we met.
All I know is been consistent for years. Yeah.
Because we real, like we don't take anything personal. We don't even take fights personal. I think people think if I fight with you right now and you say some hurtful shit to me, which you're not supposed to, to your friend, but like, there's nothing Capo can do or say to me that'll make me hate him the next day. Like, yeah, it happened yesterday. In fact, in an hour.
Yeah, you guys always fight.
Yeah, we always fight.
I also fight with you a lot though. But yeah. But behind closed doors, people don't even know. Yeah.
You be mad at me? He be big mad at me. I was like, yo, what's up, Tito's like, fuck that. I'm angry at you, bro. What did I do this time, man? I'm so problematic. Like, what did I do, man? Tito's a good guy, man. What did I do to Tito this time, man? Yeah, but Capo is always, you know, he knows what buttons to push. So he always pisses me off. But we good in an hour or 20 minutes or whatever. Unless he doesn't want to fix it, then it'll take as long as he wants.
I want to stay on this couple thing because like I said, I just don't want to stick on just the negativity or your fallouts.
Yeah.
Like what's kept you guys being homies?
That's what I'm saying. We don't take anything personal. Like, here's an example. If you are in a relationship with a girl and you don't speak to her in 4 days, your relationship is over. Ne? Because there's certain expectations, right? If you have a friend and you win the lotto and you don't speak to them in 2 months, you've changed because you got money now. I can go 2-3 weeks without speaking to Capo. He's got his own house and his own life. Wherever we meet each other, it's back to whatever it was. Like, we don't take anything personal. Not the time we don't spend together, not what we say. That's my friend, that's my brother for life, no matter what happens. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think people take things too personal. They value or measure the amount of love they have with each other, with the time they spend, with how they treat each other, how they talk to each other. And it's not like that, bro. It's like if you lock in with somebody and it's real and you know they've got their best interest, your best interest at heart, that's all it is. It doesn't matter if I don't see you or not, if we don't speak or not. We know we cool. No matter if someone comes there, Tito says you're a bitch-ass niggas. Tito's a bitch. You see Tito, I go, what age? It's like, there's nothing you can tell me about Capo that's gonna piss me off, bro. That's my brother, and I know it for real. So that's why I was able to, and not only Capo, I've got another guy called Jude. That's my friend. Him and Tim about 4-6 months, but when we link up, it's all good. It's all family. I can go to his house with him not being there. I can go see his parents, and he could do the same with me. And that's just, the type of friendships that I have, like real friendships. The industry friendships, man, are tough because people have expectations and people take things personal. And then there's girls and egos, and that's tough, man.
Friendships, if you're drunk with the girls and egos.
It happens, people like fight for girls and stuff.
You fought for a girl before?
I fought for a girl. Yeah, I have, yeah.
I'm mad at you.
I don't like it when niggas like DM like my girl. It's like, especially if we're friends. It's like, man, like, that's my girl. What are you trying? And I could get your girl too, right? So it's like, I always have that thing at the back of my mind, like, I could do it to you, right? So why are you doing it to me when I'm not doing it to you? And then after that, I have to like kind of punish them a few times before I let it go.
Punish them how?
Yo, man, I will fuck your girl, man. Like, this. I wouldn't lie to you. If you ever did it to me and you never heard anything after that, just know I did it to you.
Damn.
And I don't have that thing of like, I want you to know. Nah, it's just for me to know that you mess with me, I'm gonna chow your baby, I'm gonna keep it to myself. And just smile with you and say, yes, motherfucker. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
The game, is that dirty?
It's bad, but niggas do it, so you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Okay, talking about DM. I DM your baby mama because we are friends.
Yeah, I know, but I know.
Yeah, we are friends. I just have to let you know. I know. Because now you're talking crazy right now.
No, man. Like the type of relationship that you have with her, it's been a long thing and it's cool. Like, I know those type of relationships.
Right.
Then there's like...
No, I want to say, you know what? Yeah,
yo, like, the one the TM and then one the TM.
Okay, now I feel you.
I'm a fire emoji. The tongue, when the tongue... What do you want to do? So those type of DMs, like they be, And she sends everything. Well, maybe not everything, but maybe there's a nigga who got it right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I just don't like stuff like that, especially if we're friends. From other guys, it's whatever, man.
I feel
Yeah.
I was trying to like, I want to get to the album, but it's like, since we're on this girls tip, I wanted to go on the girls tangent, but I'm like, okay, maybe we
that's
get
gonna
back to
get
the
me in
girls.
trouble.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
stick to the
I'm
album.
already in a lot of trouble. What do you mean you fucked that bitch? Nah, it was 6 years ago. It happened 6 years ago.
We were talking in the club like 3 weeks ago. You were talking about like, yo,
What? What? Tito, what? Tito, you joking. Next question. Tito joking. Tito be joking like that. Trying to kill me.
You're like, Tito, you think you got it? I got it like that.
He's joking. Hey, Tito,
I'm
he's
joking,
joking.
guys. Ha ha ha.
I
Okay,
used
cool.
to got it. I used to.
You used to.
Yeah.
Should we run down your resume?
Nah. I told you, like, girls feel some type of way when you
Yeah, your facts.
do that.
Facts,
they say,
facts.
like, you a sucker and
Facts,
stuff like
facts.
that. So, yeah. I'm
But
just
you
leave
put
that.
in work. I must give you props.
I did.
You put
I
in
won't
work.
lie, man. My
Yeah.
come up was crazy.
Yeah.
These kids is playing games. I be seeing these new stars, like these. I almost said these new stars. I almost it's gonna be like an attack. Why do you always talk about these guys? And like, and I be seeing like their girlfriends, and I'm like, man, if I was you, do you know what I would be putting up with right now? I'm young, hot, I got the heat, coming with a 6-pack. Are you crazy? I'd be killing this shit right now. Well, right now it's like we are kind of restricted, like our bodies have changed and stuff. Girls know about us. Ooh, and I Cassper, he's such a whore. It's like, it's kind of, but if,
Our generation, we did damage in the streets.
nah. We had the best time. I won't even lie to you. We had the best time. Like, and we had like quality babies that were like just, messing with you just to mess with you.
Facts.
There was no money and buying bags and like taking them to Dubai. We were not even going to Dubai for ourselves. Like, it was just like, I got a show at Latinova even. And you get a bottle of vodka and you done, baby. Like, it wasn't even champagne times. Like, champagne, you do no, like, ya tura right. Champagne in the phone, but you give whiskey, that was what it's in that. Champagne, when I got whiskey, champagne. Like, like, yeah, we had a good time, bro. I won't lie. I won't even hold you. It was crazy. Right now, man, things are tough. Like, you can't have a very, very hot babe without taking out the coins. It's hard.
Damn.
For
I
real.
feel sorry for the new generation, man. You guys have to live in a world like that?
What do you mean, you guys? Like, I'm with you, bro. They have to.
No, I'm talking to you.
No,
I'm
it's
talking to the
bad.
camera.
Like, it's
Yeah.
bad. Like,
Yeah.
Bruce have to take out coins. It's bad. Like, it's really bad. And it's a lot of coins, Tito. Like, a lot of coins. Like, these guys are dropping heavy amounts of money. It's crazy. Paying rent and stuff. Like, gee. And, and that type of lifestyle as well, it's like, you won't even have an opportunity to, like, change home and, do the things that you're supposed to do.
Go high
Because of
before.
this pressure, So, but anyway, let's go back
That's
to
why
the
I
album.
love. That's why I love people. I mean, their family is struggling, but he's paying his girls rent.
Hey, Arsa
Yeah,
Jaja,
but
Tito, ba tla ba bantsha ba tsa rona, re wena Cassper. Go ganyo na go ntse yana. Bana go ga magogo a gago.
Like we said, the album is Solomon. I don't know why we segued for so long, but I'm
Because we
glad.
like me and you like talking about that.
All right, cool. So let's get to the album.
Yeah,
You dropping a new album
Yeah.
called Solomon.
yeah. Which is postponed now to the first week of September. It was supposed to drop in 2 weeks, but it's postponed to the first week of September because of a sample clearance. But yeah.
But the album is coming.
Yeah,
I
it's
heard the
coming.
album. It's real.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of talk on this album.
yeah.
I said I like you when you're in that bag. Let's get to it. The standout songs for me on this new album.
Yeah,
First track, Off the Rip.
yeah.
I think the song is called Bashimani Baka.
Bashima, yeah.
So you are calling all the people in the industry Bashimani Baka.
Yeah, they're my kids.
Damn.
They're my sons. Like,
Damn.
I'm the one who influenced. This generation of stars was influenced by me.
Damn.
You know? I mean, in America, when you say that, it's like they check the facts. And then in South Africa, they just get offended. They don't care if it's true or not, you know? But like, I don't care. Most of the stars who are out here right now, they're all inspired by me. You know, the movements, the way they approach stuff, the music. It's like every time I DM like a new guy who's hot, I'd be like trying to DM you, your new song is hot. I always find a big paragraph on top. Yeah, man, you inspire me. One day I want to work with you. It's like, so I had that moment, say, yo, man, I'm the father of this generation, you know. I've transitioned into the OG and I'm just talking my talks. Like, don't forget, man, I'm that guy. How many more do you want? What else should I do? You want me to spin on top of my head? What should I do to show you that I'm that guy? So that's where I was coming from.
I might say to let the people know, I think since I Hope You Bought It, this might be the next best intro of your album. I think after I Hope You Bought It, this is like the best way you started an album, period. This is like one of those special ones, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of those
special ones. It
special
was different because usually I start calm and build it. This time I was like, no, let's go straight into it, you know? And it also has this like Dipset, like the beat is like, it's crazy.
Maybe that's why I liked it too.
Yeah,
I'm a Dipset fan.
I know. Oh, okay. Okay. I think the beat was done by, that's Ganja Beats. That's Ganja Beats, Tweezy and Ganja Beats, Tweezy, Ali Keys, and a guy called Lake, who's actually my photographer. But I didn't know he produces as well, so he was making beats on the album as well. Yeah.
Another standout song, I think it's track 3. It's called Balmain.
Yeah, that's Tweezy.
Standout record.
Yeah.
You say interesting things on that song. You made a reference on the song to coach you. You said you telling lies. You sound like Nhlanhla Lux.
Yeah, that's smart.
I need you to elaborate on this because when I heard that, I was like,
I wrote that a week after the bomb story. Don't you remember? He's like, and they were looking for the bomb. 4:10 in Juyawa. So like, yeah, that's how I came up with that line. It's like, yo, these guys are telling lies. Most of the time, these rappers are telling lies. These artists are telling lies. So for me, it was funny like that. I think he's gonna take offense to it. I might get a political attack, but like,
what's it?
It's cool, man. It's just I'm having fun. That's why this album has a lot of wits.
Yeah, you
it's
talking
like
your shit.
jokes.
Yeah, you talking
That
your
it's
shit.
like, yeah, it's you know, dog. Who's gonna say these things? Who can say anything like, you know, the piano line or like that? It's like I'm not scared of anybody. I can talk that talk because it's nothing they can do to me. I'm that guy. So that's why also hip hop is missing a bit. I feel like here the aggression. Like we just need a. Like, I mean, the nice songs are nice, but we just need to like get back to what's up, baby? Take me out to dinner. What's up, baby? You know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, that's how the album sounds for me. It's just like, yo, what's up, baby? You nice? Huh? You got something for me? Yeah, I got something for you. Take that. That's how it sounds for me. That's why I like it.
Facts.
So Balmain actually just like started the album. Like we were making songs for like a week before Tweezy came and he played that beat and literally everything before that beat that was recorded was scrap of the album. And we just went in and then I think I did it in maybe 2 hours or something. I was just rapping. You know, I was just talking crazy. I loved it. And then Nokana wrote the hook. Nokana wrote the hook. I was like, yo, that's crazy. This ain't Balmain. What is it? This ain't Balmain, baby. This is Balmain. It's like, yo, I don't even know if that's true or not. But that sounds hard. We're going with it. So it's crazy. Yeah, that's how the album started. Then from there, we just started banging them out. I was like, yo, Tweezy, can you come tomorrow? He's like, of course.
Mhm.
And then we ended up just spending like 2-3 weeks on the farm together. Just like making music.
All right. So on the same song, you said another interesting line. You said, I pay all the bills for my ladies. She don't have to bring her purse out.
Yeah. That's facts.
That's facts?
Yeah, I said my lady though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad.
I pay all the bills. My lady,
Yeah.
don't bring her purse out. It's like if you're a man, you gotta handle that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
So any girl that's with Cassper Nyovest, she ain't got to bring her purse
If
out.
she's with me,
As in she's your girl.
yeah, if she's my girl.
Okay.
I don't be simping out here just taking out money just because you gave me a little pussy. Nah, it don't work like that. I think we should take these bottles out. No, but like
I
just
love it
feel
when
like,
you talk your shit.
I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. If you're a boss and you can,
Mhm.
you do the best that you can. You take care of your lady. I think that's that's something that we should learn from the OGs.
Mhm.
Like our dads did that as much as they could. Our grandparents did that. Like, if you're a guy, you need to take care of your lady, man.
Facts.
Especially if she's worth it and she's
Mhm.
handling things, then you got to do it.
Mhm. And then track 4, what's the name? I think it samples my favorite song, Ever Changing Times.
Ever
What did
Changing
you what did you name the song?
Ever changing times.
Oh, the song,
Yeah.
that's the name of the song.
Yeah. What
I
could have
love
made
that
it?
sample.
Oh yeah.
I love that sample. I love the song.
Yeah.
Period. I've been singing that song ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Like, can we?
It's a beautiful song.
Clock up on the wall, but it don't bother me
at all. You went so high. To these ever changing.
Oh my God, what a beautiful song.
Yeah, so that's the song that actually delayed the album because we couldn't clear it, but we just cleared it. Yesterday we got the third part of the 4. There's 4 parts that we needed to clear, so we got the third part cleared because the song was actually made for a movie.
Oh,
So the producers of the movie or the production of the movie owns the song because of
Damn.
that. So it wasn't a publishing deal directly to Aretha that we had to clear. So that's why it took so long. But fortunately, yesterday I got the message that, we can finally go forward with the album.
so everything is
song.
cleared with the album now.
Yes,
Okay,
everything's cleared. Except that one record that you don't like that we might have to think about.
cool. Please, it does not fit in the album. Ready to talk about it? Actually,
Yeah, you're
what's
right,
the name?
though.
What's the name of the song?
How much do you believe?
How much you
You're
believe?
right. Like,
I don't think that song belongs in your album. Honestly,
yeah, you might be right. It sounds different. I'm trying to get a little TikTok love too, man.
yeah, but it can drop as a Lucy. Like,
You're right.
Your album sounds cohesive right now.
You're
Like,
right. Now the
everything
fans are gonna wait for it. It's like, is he gonna put this song now? Because, and that's the other thing. There's now you've developed an opinion. Like just from I'm saying from
Yeah,
for the fans.
yeah.
Now they're going to have this opinion to hate the song before they even hear it on the album.
No.
So it's like,
I feel you, but I also feel it's important for me to be honest with you.
no,
Like,
there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with
yeah,
what you're saying. I'm
yeah.
saying like, I don't think the song will survive if it ends up on the album after this podcast. It's like, she's gonna walk into the album like, man, y'all niggas already hated me, man. I shouldn't have been here. Then it's successful, then it goes back to the album and say, fuck all you other niggas. Who's triple platinum now, bitches? So it's like, yeah, it's definitely not gonna work. It needs to step out.
I want to get into some of my favorite lines in the album. You say on a song, I get my money in 4 ways. I can see the squares.
Yeah.
Sheesh. I'll repeat. I get my money in 4 ways. I can see the squares.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are getting the wordplay out there. I don't know if you guys' ears are open to get the wordplay out there. That's some slick shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's dope. I'm finally getting props just for my pen, man. I don't get too much props for my pen. And sometimes it kind of makes me want to dumb down lyrics and like say things that are so easy to get just to get a reaction.
Mhm.
Like songs like for me, like Bashiman is like my bag. I know when I need to go there, I can go there anytime and get those reactions. But when I rap like that line is on the song called After 10, I get my money in 4 ways, I can see the squares. I know that's not a line that I could rap in a club in Sumo and the crowd will go crazy. They won't get it. But that's how I actually love rapping because I grew up listening to Jay-Z. So like he's that type of rapper where you kind of have to sit with it.
Triple entendres.
It's the triple entendre. It's like the first meaning you get, and then you get, oh shit, that it builds. I remember like there's a Jay-Z line that took me like 4 years, and the day I got it, I was losing my shit. You know, so I get my money in 4 ways. I could see the squares. So it was like I was playing on just like multiple income streams. And, you know, it also connects to like see the square. And it also connects to like me being able to see the real from the fake. And I actually have a business in 4 ways. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I love rapping like that. I love it when you can take your real life and make it a punchline or a metaphor. And, you know, the literal meaning of it is true. And also, like, you know, the other meanings that you can come up with are true.
Niggas come front on that one. That one is...
They're still front, but I don't care. Like, I love the
that
ones
one
you
is,
get it.
Nah, that one is special. That one is special.
Thank you.
That one is special. Another favorite, we're in the favorite line section, right? You say, I don't share bitches with rappers. I share bitches with ministers.
That's a fact. That's
Wait,
true.
hold up. I don't share bitches with rappers. I share bitches with ministers.
That's crazy. That's true. That line's gonna get me in trouble. There's a girl that actually said that to me. He's like, yo, man, this line gonna get you in trouble. But it's like, that's the type of level I'm on, baby. Like, it's not the same. We're just not doing the same thing. It looks like it's the same thing, but it's not the same. Me and these guys are not doing the same thing. You know, even the type of women I be messing with is just it's different. It's a different tax bracket. It's different. They like different things. You know what I mean? I mean, I got some like skeletons like everybody else, but like it's just like my type of women. Like I just be messing with, you know, A-listers. They know themselves. I don't have to mention any names, but like even the OGs know what it is. It's different, man. It's Hollywood, you know what I mean? Yeah. I like that line.
I like the line too.
Yeah.
I wish I could elaborate, but I'm gonna just keep quiet because we are
Me
like
too.
camera.
I mean, it's also like tricky, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about serious people.
I know.
Yeah. The country will be upside down. But these OGs be putting in work, though.
All right.
Please don't come back to this interview when you hear a scandal and say, this is what they were talking about. No, we're not talking about anything specific. We're just talking about like the type of women, you know, that'll be around us. It's crazy.
You said you're not the same like these rappers, right?
Yeah, it's not
There's
the
a
same.
song called Not the Same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
You mentioned you are the most Googled South African.
Yeah.
Is
In
this
the
true?
past 15 years. Just Google it now.
Guys, Cassper Nyovest is the most Googled South African in the last 15 years.
Google it right now.
Is this true?
Take any phone and
Bookie,
Google
what
it.
are you doing touching your ears?
Say the most Googled South African in the past 15 years.
Google. Can everybody Google?
That's the beauty of this album. I just be talking shit crazy, but it's like facts. And I don't know why people don't like try and
The most
fact
Googled
check.
South African in 15 years.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, man. Before the president.
You are more Googled than the
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
Damn. Cassper out here, Andrew Tate's in the
Does
game.
anybody have it? Is it true?
Facts.
Facts.
Is it facts?
Yes. Facts.
Damn.
It's crazy, right? But you know what I'm thinking?
thought you
Like,
were
I didn't
capping.
even know. I saw it when it just blew up. You know what I'd be thinking, though?
Uh-huh.
What were these motherfuckers searching? It's like, what were they looking for, like, for the past 15 years? Like, what were they looking for? Like, and I've been in the game 10 years, like, killing it. But, like, in the past 10 years, that's the most Googled name. Like, even if they take stats from 15 years ago, the most Googled name in South Africa in the past 15 years is Cassper Nyovest.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. I don't even know. That's not even an achievement that I can clap for myself because like, I don't know how I did that. It's not like I remember when I wanted
Andrew
them
Tate
to
always brings up he's the most Googled guy in the world.
For
so-
real?
Yeah, Andrew
Oh,
Tate's the most
shit.
Googled guy in the world.
Well, in South Africa, it's me. It's not
Right.
Andrew Tate. I'd love to have beef with Andrew Tate. He'd give me eyes in jail. Hey, Andrew Tate, fuck you, man. I'm joking. He's got coins, yo. Apparently.
That is crazy, bro.
It's mad, right?
That is crazy. Like, this is a rapper. Like, rap, hip-hop is not even like they don't consider it even not the number one genre in this country.
Yeah.
And this is over a president, over everything else. This is something that's you
Over
need to look
presidents,
back at.
politicians, serial killers. Crazy.
That is crazy, bro.
It's mad. It's something, yeah, man. It's a nice
How,
pattern.
like, what made you, like, if you obviously don't know the reason, but
yeah.
to your eyes, what makes you think that you've kept people so engaged to your brand for that long? Like,
Yeah.
what is the secret sauce behind it? Why you think
Yeah.
people are so interested in your brand? Because you have like one of the biggest followings, you know, in terms of like
Yeah.
the following. Like, I don't know if you call them TVPNs, but
No, I think that was actually WHP's name. That's how he gave them that name.
yeah, I think you. What do you call them?
Just fans. Like,
Fans.
yeah,
Okay,
support
cool.
structure.
The Megacy,
following.
the and the Slimes. I think those are the three biggest
Yeah.
core followings.
I think
How-
TBPNs, we'll call them TBPNs because also it comes from the OG. So.
Okay, cool. How do you feel, or like, because people are out there trying to build fan bases.
Yeah.
How do you build a fan base to be so loyal over
For
so
so
many
long.
years? His song or no his song.
Hmm.
Me switching genres. Support everything that I do. Because it doesn't matter what you do. You could say, I could say to Cassper's fans, like Cassper's wearing a white t-shirt. If Cassper said it's black, they're fighting with me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are that loyal to your brand.
I think foundation was everything. I used to engage with fans in the beginning of my career. I didn't blow up and then start talking to them. So they feel like they know me personally because every day we used to talk. We used to have simple conversations online. I would share so much of my family and it was just real. Like my social media was not clean. Sometimes I'm posting just waking up because you let that. So like they feel like they just know who I am.
Facts.
And then as far as work rate, it's just consistency, man. Like if people are engaging with you and they're listening to your music right now, I know a lot of people will have a hit song and they'll keep quiet and then they want to like stretch this song. But when people are actually listening to you, that is the time when you're supposed to be like flooding them with stuff. So I feel like when people were interested in me, I was flooding them with music. I was like selling t-shirts. I was also so opinionated. I used to comment on everything, like, you know, and we did that for a very long time. And I think that's why people were engaged, man. Like they knew who I was dating. When we break up, the next one, like I was always just an open book, you know, and it worked for me.
Okay, cool. Since we got 3 minutes, I'm gonna ask you real fast questions.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about the boxing shit because you took over that shit.
Yeah.
And we need to give you respect because
Thank you.
you did make
I
boxing.
just got an award, like a boxing
I
award.
saw that.
Yeah.
You made boxing really popular in this country right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Niggas don't want to give you that credit. I will.
Thank
honestly,
you.
you did. Honestly.
Thank you.
What do you think was your toughest fight so far?
Knock.
Knock?
Yeah, knock.
Do you think you won that fight?
Of course. I kicked his ass.
No, you didn't
That's
kick
why
his
he didn't-
ass.
I
You didn't
definitely-
kick his ass.
I kicked his
You
ass.
didn't
bro.
kick his
I
ass.
whooped his ass then. That's why he didn't want to come back. After agreeing, saying, yeah, we're going to do it, and he's never going to come back.
Okay.
I think that would be a fight people would love to watch as a rematch. So,
Okay, one more thing. Why are you ducking Big Zulu? He's been calling us smoke.
I'm not.
You are.
let me
Big
tell
Zulu's
you.
been calling a smoke on you
Yeah,
for
but
a
let
while.
me tell you what the problem is.
Yeah.
It means I need to put up an event. I don't want to put up an event this year. I just want to collect money. It's like putting up an event is stressful. Selling tickets, it's just. I was like, nah, man, we'll do it, but not right now. So the fight in November, I'm just getting paid,
Okay.
and I'm going to fight.
So
That's
are you
it.
gonna fight Big Zulu or
Of
not?
course,
You took on pretty
That's an
ugly.
easy
You were
fight.
smaller. Easy fight, Big Zulu.
easy. That's an easier fight than knock. That's easy money.
You really think you're gonna beat beat Big Zoom.
I'm going to whip his ass. It's easy. Like
Ngabi.
nah. No, for real. He's slow. He's not skilled. He looks tough, but like all that stuff doesn't matter, bro. In the ring, really, it's skill.
Damn, man, they cutting us. We don't have much time.
Yeah,
Can we come back maybe after 6 months or
of
so?
course. I would like to do it after people hear the
album.
music, and we could do it again.
I appreciate you for
probably
coming
gonna have
through.
another bottle there because every 6 months I'll be killing it, announcing something new.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the album is coming out. It's titled Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
I said it here first that it's actually postponed to the first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
There's a record called How Much Do You Believe that might be removed from the album because L-TIDO thinks so. But he's right. It's been great. It's been fun. Now I'm closing the show like it's my show and it's not my show.
Do it.
But it's been crazy. It's been great. It's been fun. It's a great podcast interview. I think we went over 2 hours. I didn't even realize, But I think 3 hours?
Apparently.
But I think people will enjoy it. And there's a lot to speak about. There's a lot we touched on. And funny enough, we didn't even go into detail we didn't go in that much detail.
That's why we need to come back again.
That's why I need to come back, yeah.
I appreciate you, bro, for coming
Thank
through.
you, I appreciate it.
Much
I
love,
almost
bro.
didn't come. You're going to hate me.
For real.
I know. That's why I had to make sure. I have to come. I've been postponing. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Go buy the bottle, Biliato. You know what I
Much
mean?
love. And
Yeah.
Sprite, too.
That best-selling liqueur in the country. And go buy a Sprite bottle. My face on the can. Peace.
Yes, sir.
My G.
Nyovest, thank you for coming out, broski.
Thank you. It's been great.
It's been dope.
Thank you for having me. It's dope.
I wish we could speak for longer, but
Yeah.
I know you're a busy man. You gotta get to that.
I would
bag.
be I'm a busy man. I never. Yo,
You gotta get to that bag.
every interview I know you're a busy man. I don't want need. I'm could be the more. Why are you 2 hours? See, Uber time. Shut up, B.
I got a little package for
Thank
you.
you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's CREP. I know you're a man with good taste.
CREP.
Yeah. I know you got dope
That's
sneakers. You got dope sneakers. You're a
Yeah.
man with good taste.
So what
CREP is gonna help you keep your
Yeah.
sneakers. It's gonna help you keep your
Thank
sneakers
you.
fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, plus, I'll be selling. This is my new sneaker coming out soon.
Exclusive. Can we get a close up on
Yeah.
that? That's that drip.
That's ROF, not drip.
Okay. Root of fame.
Yeah.
So drip is not in this collaboration?
No, drip is the umbrella, the sister brand, the umbrella.
Okay.
It's like Adidas and Yeezy.
Okay.
Yeezy's not Adidas, but like,
I feel you.
yeah, like
I
that.
feel you.
And it's just like Drip is $1 billion brand, but like I'm joking. Like, yeah. Peace.
All right. Much love. We out.